There we go.
He's probably hungover for sure.
Hello?
Hey, Sheldon, it's Dale Jr.
Hey, Dale. How are you?
Hey, I'm on my podcast, and I'm with TJ and Freddie. I got a question for you.
All right.
The following is a production of Dirty Mo Media. Hey, everybody, it's Dale Jr. back again for another episode of the Dale Jr. Download, and it is a Wednesday, well, it's actually technically a Thursday guest show. We went round and around how to, finish the year on our guest segments, and typically we have, pretty bombshell guests to start the year and another big guest to end the year, but I wanted to do something different this season. We've had real good success with our Dirty 30, and we've done some highlight stuff in the past, and that's what I want to do this week. We're going to play some clips. I got TJ and Freddie here. They're going to be a part of the reaction with me. I don't watch every show. We've had a lot of great things happen this year. There's going to be some clips that we're going to run that I haven't seen. I've asked all our producers to pull from basically what they thought the best of would be from all of our shows. Andrew's here. How you doing, Andrew?
What's going on?
Andrew's going to help us sort of tee up the clips. I don't know what's coming, and then we're all gonna react and have some fun today. Toward the end of the show, we'll have a final word from some of our producers: Andrew, Tim's, Travis. There's some things that I want y'all to hear. I want our listeners to hear about our work and what all went into this season. We talked about doing a bit of an Ask Junior, a live Ask Junior.
I think we can fire one up.
Hey, why don't we do it?
Yeah, why don't
We're going to do a live Ask Junior. All right, because I like doing those.
They are pretty fun.
They are fun.
They are fun.
That makes me happy.
Oh, he's already
Live is nerve-wracking.
That makes me happy. I got my way.
Yeah, that's that, guys.
All right. I got my
Figure
way.
it out, Andrew.
You know, what I love about that intro is you're like, usually we have awesome guests to finish the year, but this year it's Freddie and TJ.
Well,
at the table.
I thought there was a fat joke coming when he said we have a big guest at the end of the year, and I was like, he's going to say something. But I appreciate him letting it go.
I was waiting. I was actually thought you were going to chime in.
Travis is also here.
Travis.
Hey,
What's
Travis.
going on?
Travis is here. Carpenter James.
Carpenter James.
CJ, how are you?
All right, boys.
Well, should we jump into some
Let's
clips?
go.
Let's do it. This first one, we have some new characters on the Dirty Mo Media roster this year, including the legendary Tommy Baldwin, who it didn't take him long to find his stride and also find himself into trouble.
Had enough of you motherfuckers!
I only went down there to check on him. Jake walked by me and said, hey, man, I think the left rear went down. He told me to go F myself. I said to go F myself. But when I said that, no big deal. It was in passing. I wasn't even worried about him. I didn't care
That's
about
a
Jake.
northern thing. They all tell each other that.
It's just normal
I
conversation.
didn't even care about Jake Crum at the time. I was glad he was okay because it was a hard hit, but I didn't even care about him at the whole time. But see all these guys in the gray shirts? They're all Jamie Tomano's guys that don't even work on the car, right?
Yeah.
They got a T-shirt showing up, and now they think they're part of the team. This guy with the hat, I don't even know who he is, right? So all these guys, this big guy, big doofy guy, right? He thinks who he is, and then they start running their mouths, right? So now everybody's, then you got the guy in the tow truck driver, he starts choking me later on, right? It's like, what are you guys doing? They start running their mouths, and that's what pissed me off.
Tommy was going to throw that headset until he realized he owned it.
He owned it. That's right. 250 right there.
Awesome stuff. That was, when we brought him in, I wasn't really sure, Freddie, about what to expect. But he's fit right the freak in to what we do.
I was the first person when we talked about redoing that show kind of a little bit. I said, well, I'm really going to want to do it with Tommy. Like, if I'm going to do it, because you need that edginess, you need that little bit. And who knew he was going to come in and kiss NASCAR's ass all year, but we'll get to that later, I'm sure. But, he's just, that's him. In a nutshell, that's Tommy. Fiery, wants to beat everybody up if they say anything wrong, and he just came in, hit the ground running this year.
I didn't expect him to be interested in, the not only the work that it takes to be here every week, sit down and really articulate what your thoughts are. He's got a lot of other things going on. I was very surprised, I guess, to know that he would even be interested in the commitment that it is to podcast.
Yeah, I mean, there was an immediate yes. I thought the same thing because he's competition director at Rick Ware Racing. He's got both his boys racing all the time. He's got 2 or 3 modifieds he's got to prepare every week. So I was like, hey, you want to do this? But it's every Monday morning, 9 o'clock. you know, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'm in. I was like, okay, well, let me run this by Mike then, and we're good. And yeah, he jumped right on it. And like I said, he fit right in.
Did you see how many guys he was getting ready to fight?
And by himself.
He didn't give
By himself.
Yeah.
And Tommy came on DBC one time, and within the first 3 minutes of the show, I think he called Kyle Busch a
bitch.
Yeah, right away. And I was like, okay, Tommy doesn't hold back. So I knew when his name came up for DBC, it would have been a good fit.
What is the plan for DBC through the off season? What do y'all going to do any shows?
We're going to do one show, Christmas episode. We got a really fun plan for that. I don't know that we have nailed down yet, but it's going to be
Tyler just going to bring
fun. I think we're
Fireball.
going to bring some families in and have
families?
have like a Christmas show kind of episode, like Tommy's wife.
What, are you
my
going to have
wife.
like husbands and wives and children in here?
Somebody else's family. We're going to find them out here in the road.
Random families coming in.
Families are coming in. I want people to get to know people, so I'm going to go to Harris Teeter up here and find some people in the produce section.
DBC and family just doesn't seem like
What has happened? What has become?
Normally Tyler just brings Fireball. Like Tyler Reddick
Reddick,
brings a whole bunch of Fireball.
Reddick's our little elf. But he's coming.
He shows up. He always would show up with a whole thing of
A
Fireball.
candy cane. He's
Like,
got a candy cane full of Fireball bottles.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, but we're gonna
You're a
have
little
fun.
elf. That's funny.
In addition to some new people, we've added some new shows to our roster as well. Actually, what this Thursday show normally would be is Bless Your Hardt, and there's no shortage of fun moments and games. Dale,
Yeah.
you know what's coming.
Yeah. I'm ready. Go. Boobies are right. Boobies are crazy. Boobies are crazy. Boobies are great. Yes. Well, that's easy. Of course they are. You said the word boobies. I was like, yep, know that one. Dale's the love of my life.
You're the love of my life. Yeah.
One more. You close.
I don't know the first word. Tacos?
Dale's the love of my life.
Dale.
Yes.
Dale. Dale's the love of my life. Buffalo shrimp.
Buffalo shrimp.
Did you hear me?
No.
Damn.
I got that on the brain too. Sorry. Boobies and buffalo shrimp. That's really me every day, all day.
Jeez.
That's been a lot of fun. Me and Amy have talked about doing a podcast for a long time, and she sees what we do here, and she's been curious. I mean, for years, been curious about it. Just not sure exactly what that show would look like. And I don't know how. I don't even remember the conversation, but we were like, "Hey, why don't we?" Amy actually came in on DJD on Tuesdays a couple times, and how she did,
was awesome.
and how that was received was really surprising because it's a racing show. She don't give a shit. She's like, yeah, whatever. She's got her opinions, but she's kind of, she's not a hardcore fan. She's more casual. And
she a playoff or 36 race?
Yeah, she's definitely a 36 race fan. Yeah, she loves the 36 race season. Casting her vote. So but we were taken aback by that, and everybody loved it. And I think it was because you didn't get to see her a lot, and she wasn't really out there too much unless you followed her on social media, on Instagram. You weren't going to really know too much about what she had going on. So people were just curious about it. We had to talk her into it. She wasn't all about the commitment, talking about Tommy and the commitment and the work, coming in here every week. Mm-hmm. She wasn't sure about that. And so, we even went in about 2 or 3 weeks and did the show. We did about 4 or 5 shows, and she still was not 100% whether she wanted to keep doing it or whether it was really what she needed to be doing. But here we are, a whole season behind us. We had fun. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know, especially this past weekend, man, and this is awkward for you guys, but dude, every time she comes in here, man, she is stunning. And this past week, this show, I mean, I could barely freaking think straight. Jesus. She walked in the room. I'm telling you.
She walked in this week's show.
I know it's weird. It's weird. I'm sorry. I just had to say it.
We don't notice.
I have
Sorry.
to say the truth. I just can't.
Are you in the doghouse?
What'd you do?
Yeah.
When
it must have been bad.
I always got a foot in the doghouse.
I was just wondering if you had more than a foot this time.
You and I live that life on the fence, brother. Ask me that.
You might have. I usually live with 2 feet in the doghouse most of the time.
Yeah. Your doghouse, though, has sim rig and Xbox. Mine doesn't. My doghouse don't.
Dale, you like sleeping on the couch.
My
though,
doghouse don't even have finished. I don't even have insulation or wood
go
paneling
floor
on the
in there.
walls. Yeah,
Well,
You talk
I
about
can see bare studs in my doghouse. TJ, I'm jealous. You see this guy's.
I've seen his rig.
my doghouse is your doghouse. If you ever get in trouble, we can run as a pack. I mean,
but you talk about the commitment. Like our show, everything's kind of laid out for us over the weekend. That Bless Your Hardt show, you guys kind of got to come up with every week. Like you don't know what you're going to talk about, right?
So this week,
clearly,
exactly.
I mean,
This we have games. We have games and all kinds of that we do. That's all predetermined. But to your point, I'm literally writing in my notes. We have a note that we share. All of us on Bless Your Hardt are in it. I'm driving. I drop Isla off at school and drive straight here to do the show, and I'm literally writing in the notes what I think we should talk about that moment. So we have a little, probably about a 10, 15, 20-minute piece where we're bullshitting. That's about life and just shit that's been going on. For example, today, Amy, we hate we're not doing the show this Thursday. We did the show Tuesday instead. Because today, Amy forgot to take Nicole to school. Really, like that. Like, there's nothing more to it. We were sitting at home this morning, f***ing around and laughing and playing, and the kids were playing, and I was like, well, I'm going to go do this podcast. I'm a little behind. Let me text the guy. She's like, holy shit, I forgot to take Nicole to school. Yeah.
She looked stunning, though.
Nicole was 30 minutes.
That's why they were late this morning. She was stunning yesterday.
Yeah.
So, those are the moments, that we kind of flag and say, hey, let's talk about that on the show. But I've enjoyed it. It's been great. Amy's been amazing. I've loved people being able to get to know her better. It's a slippery slope. It's it's a little nerve-wracking putting yourself out there. You guys are used to it because you're both at the racetrack. You're personalities, right? Whether you got a job, but you also are personalities, and you do a lot of different work like the podcast and different things. That was completely new for her, and my instinct is to kind of protect her, but we took a chance and put ourselves out there, and we're having fun and trying to know where that line is too. You sharing too much, information sometimes. And Amy doesn't know where that line is, so Amy's an oversharer sometimes, and I'm like, holy shit, I don't know. I want everyone to know that about me, but It is what it is.
Clearly, Boobies and buffalo shrimp aren't across the line.
Well, she's very aware of my love for buffalo shrimp and boobies, and so that wasn't a big revelation. That wasn't a big revelation.
New shirt.
Yeah, we have. It is already a shirt.
TJ, thanks for paying attention.
Sorry.
Way to go.
Whether I'm at a racetrack or I'm at the damn grocery store, it don't matter where. Somebody walks up to me and says, "Love your podcast." It's that one with Amy.
Yeah.
Right? I've been getting I Love Your Podcast for years, right? Because of the Dale Jr. download. But now it's only Bless Your Hardt.
Yeah.
Getting that feedback, I'm sure you guys do too. Amy, when Amy hears it, she gets so nervous because she forgets that people actually listen to this shit. And she goes, oh, damn.
They know.
And her mind starts running in the back like, what did I say? Yeah, that's pretty funny.
There's only one time it's a downside is with a DBC fan specifically is I'll be at a bar during the weekend, during a race weekend, and then just shots start showing up because they're like, send Freddie a shot. And I'm like, I got to work tomorrow. Or something.
You hate that.
I'm like, all right, we got to cut it off with the fireball. Knock it off.
Yep.
I mean, we went to the Lionel deal, and here you guys go.
I wanted me to do a shot with him before the race. I was like, hey, bud, can't do that today.
That happened.
Well, this next one, we've had a lot of highly requested guests on the guest show for Dale Jr. Download, and the one we've been chasing for years and years and years, we finally got this year, Carl Edwards.
What I realize is that there was a bigger plan than mine, and that all that stuff played out just perfectly, and I was just along for the ride. Let's just go to the next year. Let's go to 2017.
Right.
Let me just be real smart. Let me just think this through. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and I am going to continue. I'm going to put everything in my life second in the back seat, and I'm going to go starting at Daytona, and I'm going to drive the hell out of this race car like I've been doing for 13, 14 years, and I'm going to run this thing all the way to the end. And then I'm going to get to Homestead at the end of 2017. I'm going to do everything just right, and they're going to throw a caution with 5 to go. and we're going to put all this on a restart. And I thought, damn, I don't know if spending a whole year of my life and all the things you give up and possibly give up for, one restart, like, I don't know, that's part. Yes, that's a big deal. You have to weigh that. And so, yeah, I guess really disappointing, but it actually helped me to say, hey, this is the reality. This is how it could go, and is it worth it to you?
I saw this clip yesterday. Somebody put this on social media in reference to this season and Denny Hamlin's experience in Phoenix, and which is almost identical.
Yeah.
And so that's where Denny is mentally when he says, "I'm not sure if I can." I can't even think about a race car today. We're all pretty sure that he'll run next year and all those things, but yeah, this is where the emotion comes from. I don't ever make assumptions about injuries. Right? You learn in the broadcast booth that that's an absolute no-no. When you see a crash, you would never go, he might have done this, he might have hurt this, he might have broken this. You don't ever do that. And I was so curious about why he walked away the way he did. And I wondered, with my own experience, going through what I went through with head injuries, that dominated my thoughts and thinking about his experience at the end of that race at Homestead in 2017, I suppose, where he hits the inside wall and goes up and slams into the outside wall, gets piled in by a few different guys. He had a lot of bam, bam, bang, bang hits all in that moment. And then the way he got out of the car and the way he reacted, walking down pit road, going up on a pit box, shaking somebody's hand, it just was really odd sort of, trigger reaction to everything that was going on. And so I reached out to him. This was 4 years ago. I reached out to him in a text message. Carl hand wrote me, like a 4-page letter.
Wow.
And explained to me, what was going on and what was happening. And so I knew and it was everything that he shared with us on the show. And so I kind of had an idea, at least I had some closure, because the way he walked out and shut it down was just without any real, explanation. Puzzled all of us, right? And I wanted to know. I wanted to know whether I needed to know, I guess, for my own peace of mind, whether he had some sort of physical event, or whether he had some concerns about his physical health, or whether he truly was heartbroken by the caution and how that took away this this sure thing that was laying there in front of him. And maybe it's some of both, but he comes on the show and everything he told us was everything that was in this letter. I still have it. Wow. I still have that letter. And I found it yesterday looking for a birth certificate. The way he, and we asked him to come on the show forever. And I didn't know why he was not available and why he wouldn't come and to do the show and where he was and what he was doing. And we all had these jokes about him being a prepper and having some, being underground and all these things, right? Or farming, right? Whatever. And fortunately, I think and I say this as a compliment to Carl. Fortunately for all of us, he came back. He went, and I see this with a lot of veteran drivers. He went to the 75 greatest drivers in Darlington. We were all invited, and he came to that. And he was blown away that anyone missed him or even worried about him or wondered about him. He was blown away. He had no idea. And we have guys come and sit down at this table that have been out of the game or out of the racing deal for a while, and you'll tell them, man, we've been wondering where you've been. People are going to be happy to hear from you. People are going to be happy to hear what you've been up to. And they're like, I've not gotten that sensation or idea or that's so foreign to me, or I can't believe that, or wouldn't think that anybody would care, because it doesn't feel like anybody gives a shit. Nobody's calling, nobody's texting you, but they are wondering where you're at and what you're doing. And So that was what brought Carl back. He was like, man, he loved that response. He was glad people wanted to see him. And he's like, I'm going to come. And he's come back and he's done TV. And we learned during this experience of him doing TV that he's not a prepper. He's not got some big base underground. The dude just been doing life, sailing. He sent me a picture. His son, they have this sailboat. And, sailboat has a lot of, the space on a sailboat all has to be used very smartly. There's not a ton of storage. And way down in the berth in the belly of this boat, his son has a sim rig.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it fits in this perfectly confined space. It's like so smart. And his son races on his little sim rig when they're out sailing.
Wow.
And his son loves racing. And he was very careful about exposing his children to the public and very concerned about the ramifications of that. And his son's now old enough and he's very comfortable to bring him around. It was just really awesome to have Carl around. And we got to know him better working with him on the TV stuff. And hopefully we'll see even more of him going forward. We've been trying to get him forever and it lived up.
It did.
It lived up to the expectation. Yeah.
Do you think Andrew knows that we can see all the clips on here that he's supposed to be surprising us with? Or
Do you have that good eyes? Do you have that good of eyes?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's not that hard.
It's a big screen. It's like a 55-inch
Darn
TV.
it.
Travis, what? You seem like you need to tell me something.
No.
Damn.
I can't
Get
just
it off
sit
your
here.
chest.
You look so disappointed.
I don't think.
Always.
Is this show that bad?
I don't think I've ever met anybody that will judge someone's facial expressions and just react off it. I'm
You
just
know
sitting here
why
thinking
you
about
and
something.
Denny are such good friends? You're both so misunderstood.
Oh, well, speaking of that, here's a clip of Denny talking about how he's the villain.
I've somewhat taken your villain role. Way to go, buddy. Way to go. I one thing that I gave him my manual. Yeah. I feel as though...
Is it fun?
Kyle, it's somewhat fun to me.
When you can
win.
When you can be winning, when you can
Yes.
have the clout to be able to back up what you say.
Yes.
You can do it all. You can act the fool all you want. Right? Because you can
Yes.
back it up.
Yeah.
I have nothing to back it up right now, so I had to put the black hat on the shelf and pull off the white one.
I'll never forget we were there for the NASCAR 75 greatest drivers thing, and Carl's like, "What happened?"
Yeah.
We were on the stage.
Woke up all of a sudden.
Kyle is getting cheered, and I just just booed out of the place. And he says, "Wait a minute, what happened since I've been gone?" Kyle's all of a sudden the good guy. It's like, yes.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun watching Denny embrace that role, and I don't know anybody that's done it better in our history in the whole sport. I can't think of a better sort of. I wouldn't say he's the villain. He's kind of the anti-hero. Would you say? How would you? It's not a villain to me. He's more of an antagonist.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, probably.
dude, he does it. There's nobody that's done it better. Nobody. Like most people. So like Rusty Wallace wrecks Darrell Waltrip in the Winston. Immediately, Rusty is the most booed guy in the series. I mean, he goes overnight, becomes one of the most hated guys. And, there was moments when like Dad wrecks Terry Labonte at Bristol, and it's like an instant shift. I don't know that. I think Dad was a little taken aback, but most people that fall, even Kyle, like most people that fall into that most booed driver in the garage, they don't want it, and they don't lean into it, right? And it's a frustration more than anything. It's a source of frustration. It's not a, we've talked to Kyle. He said so in this on our podcast years ago. He wants to be liked. He doesn't want to be booed.
So Kyle wants to be liked. Denny, do you think this will change things for him? How the championship went? Will he get more cheers?
Does he get
next
booed
year
at the
intro?
Clash?
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Less than normal.
They were ask TJ. I mean, did you go to the race Sunday?
No.
So Sunday, the PA announcer announces bad pit stop, awful pit stop for the 11. Didn't realize they just put 4 on, everybody else put 2 on.
Yeah.
The place erupted in cheers because Denny had a bad pit stop.
Oh man!
I mean, I hate it. Like,
So
it's
wait.
like-
But I think seeing
It's
the
in the
heartbreak
moment.
though, I don't think he's going to get the boost.
Travis so badly wants him
No,
to
I
be
want him
the
to be-
most popular driver in the sport.
That would be hilarious if he does. But I think it's bad for the sport
Well,
if he doesn't get booed.
Chase wanted it.
Chase
again.
won.
I know. I'm saying like I want him to get
Way
one.
to ruin the end.
You
But-
probably didn't know that. I know you
I'm
weren't
aware.
paying
Yeah.
attention
he
last night.
recorded it, but he didn't go to the banquet. Way to
Chase is
go.
also going to win it next year.
But
just so you know.
I think
Hey,
it's bad for the
I
sport.
think I actually recorded a thank you.
Way to go.
Once.
Nice job.
So I didn't no.
No shade.
Yeah, no shade.
But I think it's bad for the sport if he doesn't get booed next year.
I think Chase recorded next year's already this year too.
He's got him lined up. He's gonna be wearing the same shirt in the video
Same
for like
shirt.
5 years.
Yep. You're right. Travis so
So I
wants
thank
Denny.
everybody for my 2025 award, my 2026
he
award.
didn't even date it. It's
recorded
an
it.
evergreen.
That's 10
It's
years
an
ago.
evergreen. Just run that one
Yeah,
again.
thank you for the award.
Thank you, Chase. Well done, Chase. Good idea. Yeah.
So, I was surprised. I'm surprised to hear that because I felt like that with everything that was going on, everything that I saw was everything that I saw on social media. At least was, man, I was pulling for Denny. I'm not even a Denny fan. I was
Yeah.
pulling for Denny. I really wanted that one for Denny. So you don't think that I feel like when he first started leaning into this villain stuff, say for example, when he gets out at Bristol and says I beat your favorite driver or whatever, it angered his haters, right? And anybody that was kind of on the fence fell onto the one side that didn't like him, right? And his fans loved it, right? But he already had them in the tent, right? So when he first started leaning into it, I felt like that he was angering, the mob. As time went on, and he started letting everyone in to hey man, I just enjoy it. I enjoy with y'all. Yeah. And then we had, I guess there was one weekend recently. He gets out of the car and he says, "I ain't gonna give y'all today, man." And it's kind of like now there's this sort of agreement.
Yeah.
Between him and the mob, and there's this sort of like appreciation and respect. Even though maybe I'm not a Denny fan, I still respect him. I think and I think what he is as a personality is maybe fans are starting to really, even though maybe they don't like him or don't pull for him, maybe he's not their favorite driver. They see the value in the personality, because good Lord, we need more of that.
Were you gonna say something?
No, it's just like Austin Hill and that fan.
Yeah.
At Talladega. Like
Oh,
they,
yeah.
You
Oh,
know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like that.
That little one-on-one between them.
They love it. Like
Yeah.
with each, like it's just that guy goes there for that moment.
Yeah, that's right.
He normally doesn't do much on track to like
He's
you
a
said,
very
wreck.
clean racer.
He is. He doesn't
very
wreck,
clean.
He won't wreck people
No.
and things like that. And
His-
Were you guys watching the Kansas race, or would you just skip that
Sorry,
one?
did he wreck somebody?
well, but he doesn't go it.
Bubba.
Yeah, he put Bubba in the fence over
His
there.
own? Oh,
The win.
But I
Well-
mean, like,
Bubba had a little room.
Need his better spotter.
if Bubba could have lifted, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Denny, like, he doesn't go out there and just turn somebody. Like Kyle has a pretty good past of just wrecking guys.
Yeah. Kyle Busch?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
I think Kyle. I mean, I think Kyle Busch's villain, or his all his stuff for me was more about what he did. Not so much driving. It was like coming down pit road and giving the bird to the official and walking
did a lot of that.
walking away from so many interviews. Like
Yeah.
just so many interviews. I mean, so many times he didn't. He refused interviews, and those were the things that I think really kind of his driving. Kyle's driving on the track was sensational.
but he wasn't scared to turn people. He
I
did
don't-
a lot of that. But you're right. He did
I
walk
don't know.
away from things.
I can't remember a time that I've seen. I went, damn, Kyle Busch wrecked him on purpose.
Did he wreck you somewhere?
That was not on purpose.
Oh.
He's got up.
I mean,
he was underneath me and got
He
loose.
junked.
Yeah, he didn't wreck you on purpose,
He was
that week.
Hornaday. That was the only time I.
Well,
really
that was
remember.
bad.
Was that on purpose though?
Yes,
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Hornaday running him in the fence, and he hooked him.
He
up
got
to caution.
suspended for
Yeah.
like multiple races for
Yeah.
that.
I remember what all happened that day. I just don't remember if it was really
Yeah,
intentional.
no, it was intentional.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, well, this next guest was a big one this year. We got 1 million views on YouTube. Cleetus McFarland, who was highly requested. We got him in after his big Daytona race. And Dale, he actually had some questions for you in the interview.
I had a couple questions I wanted to ask you, too.
All right.
You know?
Yeah.
Let me just pull them up so I don't
I love it.
botch
This
it.
is rare. Nobody ever has any questions for me.
What do you think of the quote, "Do it for Dale"?
I love it. I was like, I just hope he's never forgotten because he left such an impact on the sport. And so that kind of thing is the staying power. That is the reminder to me, like, that he resonated with people.
Now that you say that, I would say that he has the most long-standing legendary status of any real motorsports driver.
Maybe.
Like, I think he does.
And so when I hear things like that, it's like,
Yeah.
he still matters.
You know, I think it's a great saying. It's like a lifestyle. My buddy Justin
It is.
Keith said it to me
Yeah.
one time, and I was like, "Do
Yeah.
it for Dale."
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. You know, we were all kind of introduced to Cleetus McFarland over the course of the past year or so. Don't know that I knew a ton about the guy. Obviously, you know, when he got involved in buying a racetrack and started having some races, you start to say, "Hey, what's going on down there?" And then he wants to get involved in driving in the ARCA series. And now, you know, he has these races down in Florida. He has a lot of our guys that come down there and are a part of that. It's been really fascinating. We knew that his audience and his supporters, the people that are, you know, devoted to what he's doing, were going to be curious. So we were you know, that was pretty fun, I think, for us to know that we were talking to an entirely new audience.
Mm-hmm.
And that was exciting. Of course, we saw that in the numbers. And Cleetus was incredibly kind, and this all snowballed into, you know, he came and did the show, and then we went out to Talladega. Funny thing, man, I wanted to go to Talladega and sort of, he's going to race at Talladega. He ran Daytona, he's going to race at Talladega. And I saw the Daytona stuff and all of his comments, and I was like, hey, man, I might, you know, I know he loved it. I know he enjoyed it. What if we take him to Talladega and kind of give him a little bit of 101 on that place? And, you know, it was an opportunity, I think, to try to see if we could help him go into that race and even and enjoy it even more because of his new, you know, education and understanding of the facility, right, and what it means and what it's about. I thought he might find that kind of stuff fascinating. He wasn't quite as interested in the history of the track as I thought he might be. You know, the sort of wise tales and speculation over the property and what it used to be and how it may be cursed and all of these things. I thought that stuff would be right up his alley because it would certainly be something that his listeners or, you know, people that support his channels would be like, oh man, I need to know more. What's this, right? But he's all about going fast. He really is. He's all about going fast and having fun, and he's all about cars and car culture. So we show up to the racetrack at Talladega, and he's got that Dale truck.
Yeah.
And so I got a chance to drive that. I wasn't really sure if I was needing to do that, but because it's a lot to control. It's 140 mile an hour. It's not as fast as some guys go in a straight line, but it's as fast as I'd ever went in terms of acceleration. And that thing's not automatic. I mean, it's easy. It's not like, you know, you mash a button, go, and you're done. It's a handful, and the back straightaway's not quite as smooth as you might think, especially down low where we were running. But it was a great experience. And then he's, you know, I know he's trying to create content. His mind is always working on what can I do today? What can I do every minute? I don't want to waste an opportunity. He's really, really smart and always sort of proactive on creating content, which was fascinating. And I'm a witness to this over this course of months while we were interacting with him more. And he says, "Hey man, I'm driving through the area. I need to stop by." And I was like, "All right, well," it's like 6 o'clock in the evening. And he's like, I'm real close. Can I come by?" And I was like, maybe are you gonna be around tomorrow? What's the rush? I'm kind of hanging out with family, getting ready to eat dinner or whatever. No, I need to do it now. I'm like, all right. So I tell Amy, I'm like, Amy, Cleetus is coming by. He wants to meet me, so I'm gonna have him meet me up at the farm shop. Really? Okay, yeah. Is he? Okay. Yeah. We're in. Yeah, I know. It's kind of. He seems urgent. Well, we pull up there, and that's when he brings the swans.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. And that was cool. He didn't have to do that. And I know he was creating content at the same time, so I know it's but it's still pretty neat. He creates content while at the same time sort of being the good guy. Yeah. And I appreciate that about him. And he's good for the sport. He's good for us. We're all curious. I watched his in-car, his ARCA race at Bristol, and tried to really truly see what he's learning as a driver. Watch his entry, his line, how he picks the throttle up, and how he really evolved as that race went on was really interesting to me.
Yeah.
So I know I'm going long here, but it was cool. It was a big show for us, big deal for us.
Yeah, we went and got margaritas to celebrate it.
We did.
And I think you posted a photo of it, and somehow I don't know if he texted Biffle or how he found out where we were at.
I think he was looking at the menu.
He picked up the tab.
Yeah.
Which also tells me Mike was going to pick up the tab. Mike still owes us drinks.
That's true. That's the kind of guy he is. So the Dirty Mo Media group of about a dozen people went to the local Mexican restaurant for lunch to celebrate our numbers around the Cleetus
interview
episode.
Yeah.
I sent him a picture. I sent Cleetus a picture saying, "Hey, we're all celebrating this show. I'm just saying thanks again for all the, because he understands what the numbers mean. That's what he's working with every day." I'm like, "Thank you." He didn't, we got a lot more out of this than I think he did. He didn't need us. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, "Hey man, here we all are. So thankful for you coming on the show." And he did. He looked at the menu, called up the place, bought the tab. I mean, it was in minutes or seconds because we were about done. We were getting ready to get up in about another 5-10 minutes. And so pretty spectacular. Just, that's the kind of people you want to be around. You want to surround yourself with. And we still communicate today. And so it's he'll be around, assuming he's racing ARCA next year. Maybe some trucks, we'll see. But pretty exciting. Pretty exciting that he was part of what we did this year. Dirty Mo Media and Junior Motorsports are proud to partner with Registics. If you sell discount appliances or merchandise, you need to get in touch with them. Registics works directly with retailers and manufacturers to get you the best deals from the leading home improvement brands. Whether you're looking for great deals on truckloads of customer return, scratch and dent appliances, self-pull inventory, Registics, they can help you out. Like JRM, they're a team that knows what it takes to win. Registics invests in long-term partnerships instead of focusing on one-off sales. They're invested in your success, and they know that when you win, you all win. Unlike the other guys, when you partner with Registics, you can trust that they'll do what they'll say they'll do. For reliable inventory and fair and consistent pricing, visit Registics.com. That's REGISTIX.com.
All right, this next clip, I'm really excited that we have two spotters at the table for this. Dirty Mo Doe is a segment on our Dirty Air show every Tuesday, which is awesome. And Russell, the professor, has a lot of special stats, one of which is crash avoidance.
The other guy I like is Byron. He's statistically the best at accident avoidance.
Wait, is that a stat you keep?
Yeah. Yeah. You know who's not good at that?
Me.
That's correct.
Like, top job of the spotter is to help guys miss wrecks.
They're wrecking low.
Hey.
What?
we've been doing this for 20 years, but this last month and a half has been a good run.
No, I'm talking about this season. We've rebounded pretty well in the last couple
We've
months.
raced. This is gonna be our 26th race,
Hey.
Dale. But the last
Basically, I
four.
haven't wrecked him. I haven't wrecked Brad in the last month and a half. So
Wait, wasn't he caught up in a wreck last week?
no,
Yeah.
we finished 9th at Richmond.
But he was caught up in one, though, right?
No, we drove through it, made it through.
Drove through it is
Did we lose positions?
literal definition of what
Yeah,
happened.
I mean, but were we in it? Did we lose spots?
You
No,
were in it for sure.
we didn't even pit.
Right in
There
the
was a
middle.
bottom groove that
didn't
was
even
completely
pit.
clear that nobody told him to go through. But
Clear up.
Yeah, hit it.
keep going high. They're wrecking up high. Keep going up there.
Lock her down. Lock her down.
What do you think, TJ? That was fun. I love having moments like that on the show. That was fun
There-
for me.
there
Do you
is-
enjoy that?
There's no denying the beginning of this year. I mean, it was a bad. We started first 5 races like I was done before halfway, most of them. So it was
Kind of like the Commanders season.
yeah. My season
Done
looked
before,
like a
done
quarterback's
before
elbow.
halfway.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. This year's been rough, man, and a lot of it. And Freddie knows this. I mean, you don't really have. I mean, you're in it. You're in it. Sometimes you can do something about it. Sometimes you can't. And a lot of things this year just lined up where a car is sitting broadside in front of you
Sure.
in the track, and you hit it, and you go to the next one.
The one stat I was proud of this year that I saw for us was we miss a good majority of crashes, but when we crash, it's terminal. You know, so I like I'm not gonna let my guy ride around there limping all day. Like when I wreck him, we're done. You know what I mean? we're getting the hell out of here.
Mostly spotters say when they see your car spinning, they're like, "All right, lock it down." Freddie says, "Throttle up."
We don't want to flip around all day. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that is
That's f***ing crazy. You know what I think about? You ever drive down the road and
Oh God,
there are some moments in some crashes that where when you know you're about to have impact with another car, actually throttling up
is best.
is best because the force that you'll feel and how that force will travel through the vehicle you're going to have contact with, it lessens some of that. You know, if you slam on brakes and hit the car, the whiplash and the forward momentum of your head and all those things is going to be more severe. You're going to strain all these things. Your neck could be sore as shit. But if you gas up and pop the guy, you know, in the left rear quarter panel or whatever, he's going to spin around, but you're going to drive through it, and the forces your body goes through will be different. Of course, the car's going to suffer the damage. And I think about that in highway accidents.
Oh,
and I'm like, could you imagine trying to get out of a car and explain to once you're in the courtroom, and they're like, your throttle position says you gassed it up right before you T-boned Miss Margaret. And, how do you explain yourself?
Well,
hey, I was worried about the centrifugal forces on my body, so I did what I thought was best for me in the scenario.
Yeah, I mean, Margaret's neck. I mean, damn. I mean,
I was gonna hit her. I was hitting her in the rear quarter panel. She was gonna be fine.
Sir, what is a rear quarter panel? Yeah, that I don't. I mean, I haven't felt a wreck. I haven't felt a wreck from the roof yet. Have you, Freddie?
I've never felt one up there. Don't lift.
Yeah, we're
you're
pretty
fine.
good. Most time when me and
Right.
Freddie see wrecks, I mean, we're probably like, oh shit, just close your eyes. It'll be over in a second.
Well, there was one. Was it a couple years ago in Martinsville? Didn't you both of you went through some big melee down the front straightaway? You were
Yeah,
trying to
that
call,
was-
right. Like you were running the Xfinity race in Martinsville. I forget what year
Oh
it was.
God,
Yeah,
we
that
made
was-
it through.
We made it through.
There was
You were
13
surprised as
chances.
anybody.
Oh, I was.
Oh, you.
It
There
felt
was
like Days of Thunder. It was like
there was cars everywhere and smoke and stuff, fire. There was we had
I'm
everything.
going through the smoke, Harry.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
We should have been in that wreck somehow, but
That's awesome. All right, I want to hit you with some rapid fire bold takes from some shows this year.
That's a bold take right
It's
there.
a bold
It's
image.
safe to say he was pretty bold on DBC not too long ago, Jimmy Spencer.
Oh, Jesus. Give me your State of the Union for what you feel like in NASCAR.
We are not the water cooler talk anymore. Monday morning, we're not the water cooler talk. And I think that the drivers need to learn a lot.
Yeah.
As far as trying to get the fans involved, trying to get the diehard fans to say, like, why do people like the Cowboys? I mean, why do people like a baseball team, the Yankees, whatever? I mean, the Yankees and Red Sox, they hate one another. They really don't. but it's a rivalry. We don't have that today. It's pitiful. NASCAR needs to get these drivers to realize that these fans want to see something and not, well, we had a good day today, you know, the Toyota, no.
Yeah.
That son of a spun me out, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
Remember Rusty and Earnhardt? Rusty threw a bottle of water, we called him Rubberhead. All kind of stuff. It was awful.
It was awful. Yeah.
It was awful.
Old Spence, he was something on there. Like, I mean, that was probably one of her less bold takes on there, I think.
Yeah.
But you know, when you have Jimmy Spencer on, you're going to get Jimmy Spencer's versions of things, and sometimes they may not be the same as everybody else's version. But he is one of a kind and says whatever the hell comes to mind. I think sometimes
we do like controversy though on the track. Like, you know, most time Martinsville normally brings some of that. We've had some misses there, and there's usually some good the all series that run at Martinsville usually end leaving there with somebody mad at somebody. But
I think that we need to, like, I think what he's getting at, they kind of talked his way around it, but like just wanting to see personalities more. And I think we've all said that on all of our shows. Like, you don't get to see a lot of these guys kind of stay buttoned up, and I think the podcasts help with that, and, you know, outside media stuff that they do, the DAP stuff was helping a little bit. But, you know, I feel like these guys just don't kind of put themselves out, and sometimes they can't, sponsor-related wise or whatnot. But, like, you want to see more from them. They want to see more of their personality versus just the buttoned-up driver kind of corporate version.
Do you think because of, and I know this, hold on, do you think because of the way the points are, or the way that we race now, that we, instead of that race just crippling your season, you think you have another chance to win next week and you're in? Do you think, you know, putting more emphasis on a longer point system would make these guys get more angrier at these moments? Like, if you do get wrecked and you don't, hey man, what if I don't, like, I can win next week and still be in?
I could tell you that everything we've done to move away from the 36 race schedule has been a detriment
to this type of what he's saying.
Yeah. Everything we've done to move away from the 36 race schedule has not had the designed or desired results. And it's made the bad days easier to get over or get through, or not as bad.
I'll win next week.
Yeah. And so so when something bad happens on the track or a driver does you the wrong way, it's much easier for you to put it behind you. You're annoyed, you're mad, but you know, it's not detrimental to the year. But when it was detrimental to the year, you were mad at that guy and you carried that grudge until you felt like you got even. Whether it was a year down the road or 6 years down the road. You were mad because that guy cost you an entire year in your head, right? Whether that was the reality of the situation or not. But I'm going to tell you this. We can ask a million questions about, you know, different things and different topics, and the answer would be yes, in terms of how going away from the 36 race full season has been detrimental or negative. And that's just one of a million.
I was just thinking about
on a big old giant beach.
I was thinking about I was thinking about the age of some of the guys in the sport now. They don't have any idea what it used to be like that. This is all they know.
I'd love to throw them back into the fire.
That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these guys have no idea what that system would be.
Well, another hot take from a show this year, Herm and Schrader, Kenny Schrader, started their show up this year. It's been awesome to watch them grow and bring the opinions. And this one, when I saw this clip, really surprised me. So I'm curious to hear you guys' take on this.
A number on a race car is totally useless anymore.
Yeah.
What do you have a number on a race car for? You don't need it for scoring. That's all electronics. It's my dirt car. It's one single digit. It'd be a 1 if everybody didn't have ones, just because it doesn't mean anything. It just takes up space that you could have sponsor names on.
You know, you bring up a good point that you preached to me years ago, and it caught me off guard because I have this emotional tie to my number 36. I'm like, I'm 36 for so many reasons. And it kind of hurt me when you said a number doesn't mean anything. Now, I'm saying this with love, and I'm laughing. You were the first person to say to me a number doesn't mean anything, and you just explained it.
Hey, I love Kenny Schrader. He's family. But I don't agree with that. And I don't like that Kenny
feels that way.
I don't like that he swayed Kenny, because Kenny was right. Kenny ought to have this personal connection to 36. I got a connection to 8, 88, 03, 31, and I'm going to keep them. And I feel like the number does matter because it's an identifier. And if you look, if numbers don't matter, why are they on football jerseys? And they're in other sports. Every player has a number.
Well, I don't think you say numbers over in every sport don't matter. So.
Well, I'm just saying, like, no, he didn't, Travis. Thanks for.
I don't know why you're bringing NFL into this.
I'm just saying because they're an identifier to the player, to the race car driver. They're an You go, my guy's number 88. I want to wear that number. I want to wear that jersey. Hey, my casual buddy that's at the racetrack. There goes number 88. There goes number 7. That's my guy. Don't pull for 18. Don't like that guy. Whatever, right? And you don't go with a yellow car with blah 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 on it. What the there's 3 yellow cars out there. It's an identifier, and it needs to be in the middle of the door, and or wherever you want to put it, right between the tires, which would have been a great compromise, but the RTA or the teams wanted it to be regulated to a specific space. This fucking frustrates me because the number's important. What are we doing? It's always why is the numbers have been there forever. Why do we want to minimize it or they went away from the Dash series, went away from numbers pretty much entirely, and you had sponsors and
it's weird
nicknames and there goes the Hulkster or what ever.
Really?
Was
that you? Were you the Hulkster?
I was the Hulkster.
In one of the final years of the Dash series, they took the numbers off the side of the cars, and you either put a sponsor there, or you could put a nickname. You could have like a kind of like a very similar to monster trucks, right? You'd have a theme, and it canned. It was terrible. It basically was the last. It was the last dying breath of the series, and I just don't agree with that. I don't know where that comes from Schrader.
When I see 25, I think of Schrader. Like I associate him with 25, and then I know if I go to a dirt race and I see a 52, that's probably Schrader's dirt car.
He would have a completely different opinion if he would have. This isn't a dig. He would have a completely different opinion if he would have raced the number 25 car and won 7 championships with it.
Yeah.
He would. Everybody in the world would go 25 Kenny Schrader,
yeah.
And he would be. That would be equity to him. That would be value to him that he would absolutely work off of and utilize and turn into profit. Right? He would lean into that. He would have a completely different opinion than he has today.
I still think of it. You know what I mean? Like
Well, yeah, we do. I mean, we can sit here and pick a number and name tons of drivers that we connect to those numbers.
Yeah.
I think the one thing, and I agree with you, Dale, that I think it's idiotic to say, not idiotic, I shouldn't say that because Kenny gains enough respect, but obviously he's unidentified. But what I think we do need to do better, and as much as you love paint schemes, like some of the schemes we come up with these days, you can't even read them. I'm on the roof every week to watch a practice. You see a car go on the backstretch, and you're like, I don't even know who that is, because we don't do a good enough job making the numbers stand out on some of these cars.
The reason for half these schemes, they're a certain way because of, tech and things like that. They color certain parts of the car different colors and things, trying to, help get through the tech process at times.
I just think we need to do a better job of just highlighting the number more because, like I said, you can't see it.
There are some cars that it's very hard to see on. The different paint schemes every week do make it challenging as well.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to see.
You ought to be a broadcaster, sure.
Gee, you ought to be a spotter.
It's equally. Well, let's just agree that it's equally tough.
All right, last debate topic came from Bless Your Hardt, so this one's going to be outrageous. This was actually one of the top Bless Your Hardt clips. So this got a lot of traction. A lot of people weighed in, and I'd be curious to see what the rest of the group thinks.
You were thinking about fashion faux pas on the way to the shop?
If you want me to tell you the truth, so I was putting my hat on, and my hat was pushing my ear out a little bit, and I was like, man, I hate that. And so, because I like my hat to go all the way down on my head, but not put my ears out. And I was thinking, That must be why some people put their ears inside their hat. But every time I see somebody with their ears inside their hat, I think
I've ever
immediately, oh man, you've never seen a man put on a hat like this and have his ears inside. When I see somebody do that, I'm like, man, I can't trust them. And I see it quite often, especially on the west side of the country. There's a lot of people over there doing that. California.
Especially the Californians.
California.
So is it acceptable to tuck your ears in?
You know who does it? I notice it all the time.
Yeah.
TJ Bell is the first one that comes to mind.
TJ
He
Bell.
does it all the time for me. And I always look at him like, damn, I don't know I could do that. I don't know how you do it. It doesn't seem I wouldn't be able to be comfortable.
Cole Custer has done it. I've seen Cole do
Custer.
it.
Maybe
Xfinity
Riley?
Series.
Riley, maybe?
Maybe.
No, Xfinity Series. Creed.
Sheldon Creed.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if your hat should go to your ears and stop at the worst.
Well, no, but like you don't. You're
Should tuck them in.
Pull your headphones.
your hat
go to your
definitely
ears.
goes-
They should go they
hat
shouldn't
doesn't
go
go
no
behind
further than
your
right here.
ears?
Well, yours. No, like it can go behind your ear.
Yeah.
That hat I was wearing right
No,
there.
I don't mind.
That's too big. That hat on this clip is too big.
Too big.
It's
Yeah,
too big
no.
of a bucket. It should not. To your point, TJ. It should not sit on your ears. It shouldn't.
I said that's the lowest it should go. That's
But
like the bottom out point.
I didn't. But again, yeah, the ears in the hat. I don't know what that is. I don't know why guys do it. I don't know. I would like to hear from someone. Let's open the lines of communication here and have Sheldon Creed come in here and go, "This is why I do it."
You want me
I
to-
want to know.
Maybe he doesn't want to hear.
Well,
Yeah.
so
He doesn't
Sheldon
wanna listen
Creed's
to
back
people.
and forth. I've seen pictures with and without.
So maybe when you get one, say you're a guy like Creed or Cole Custer, and you get one and you're like, "This some bitch is too big. I got a haircut, nothing fits. I'll just tuck my ears in." I don't know.
Do you think you have to order them bigger though? Like if you're planning on doing
No,
that?
I don't think they plan on it. I think that
I
they
think they
just tuck them in when the hat's too big.
You want me to just call him, put him on speakerphone, ask him, "Hey man, straight up, why do you tuck your?" All right,
Call him up.
Who are you calling?
TJ Bell right
TJ
away.
Bell.
Oh, TJ Bell.
When we
Yeah,
go
let's
live, we can
ask
ask the fans too if they do it.
Let's ask TJ Bell.
See if
right,
what he
let's
says.
Calling somebody.
But yeah, I order damn 7 5/8 fitted hats, and every
Right.
one of them is different.
Every one.
What are you doing?
We just got one quick question, just so you know you're live on podcast right now. Why do you tuck your ears inside your hat?
Because I've always had a small head, and hats never fit me correctly.
Okay, is that the only reason?
That's how it started, and that's how I've just always worn my hats.
Why do you think others do it?
I mean, it's a West Coast thing.
Ah,
A lot
yeah.
of West Coast people do it.
That's what Dale Jr. said. He said it's a West Coast thing. So, all right. Yeah. Well, me, Freddie, and Dale Jr. were talking about it on a show here, and your name came up. So I said, let's just call him.
Yeah, it's a West Coast thing. Plus, when you keep the bill flat, you can hold your taco while you're peeing.
What did he say?
Say that again.
With the flat bill, when you go to the bathroom, you just put your taco up there and hold your taco while you're peeing.
Bring my taco
All
to the
right.
bathroom often.
Good.
Martinsville hot dog. I guess.
Good visual there.
Whatever you're eating.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks.
Put your cheeseburger up.
All right, see ya.
Man.
That's
Should we
it.
try? Should we
Go to the bathroom with a flapper?
No. Should we try Cole?
You would
We
get
try
Cole,
Cole.
yeah. You could get Cole.
Custer?
Cole does it. All the photos show him not.
Well, he's done it before. What about Sheldon? I don't know if I've got his number.
He's gonna be like, why is he? He's probably sleeping. What time is it?
He might be in California.
He's probably
Here we go.
He's probably hungover for sure.
Hello?
Hey, Sheldon, it's Dale Jr.
Hey, Dale. How are you?
Hey, I'm on my podcast, and I'm with TJ and Freddie. I got a question for you.
All right.
Why do you wear hats and tuck your ears in the hat?
Have you ever seen me with my hat, like my ears outside of my hat?
No, I don't.
Like I have like a little head, and my
Okay.
ears are
It's a
just
little head
not
thing.
big enough.
Yeah.
Like, then they just stick out and they look funny.
You think it looks funny, so you look and it looks better with the ears tucked in. And
I think he looks
They're
normal.
not even tall enough to like stick outside of my hat. They
Yeah.
just are in.
well, I see. Yeah, I got some pictures here. You got the ears.
You look normal.
in,
Yeah, you look normal on these.
They're not.
and the ears are out. Your
Yeah.
ears are normal.
Dude, you're 100% normal.
a West Coast thing? I don't know.
It's West Coast.
Oh, gosh.
Yep, that's what PJ Bell
Small
said.
head is what it is.
They've just always gone inside my head.
What is the West? Why do people do it on the West Coast? They think it's sort of a look.
Who pioneered this?
Who pioneered it?
Like West Coast, I wear like flat bills mostly.
Yep.
Have you ever put a taco on it while you peed?
He's not going to know that reference.
Like the hats are bigger. Like your normal like little baseball cap.
Yep. All right. Well, just curious. I had a take on it. I did, I had a personal opinion about it, and there we go.
I want to hear that.
Well, I see a guy with his ears in his hat. It's like I just have a hard time trusting that guy. You're an anomaly. I trust you. You're an anomaly. You're not in that group. But if I don't know the guy, I'm like, man, why is he doing that? Because the hat's designed to go on the other way. I will say though that you wearing your hat normally with your ears out, you got regular ears. Man.
Yeah, you look normal.
You got ear. I don't know what your insecurities around your ears. I think it's not real.
I have my ear out right now, and it looks goofy.
No, don't agree.
Yeah.
Does everybody here agree that they look normal with his ears out?
Normal, yeah.
You look 100% normal.
Yeah. We were just curious, and I appreciate you answering the phone.
You look not normal with the men.
Yep.
Well, when you three are done, you can come help me move. I'm moving right now.
Are you?
Oh.
Where are you moving to?
Sorry, phone's breaking up. What?
Is it a single floor ranch? Or are we talking stairs? That's a deal breaker.
We're living Statesville, but we're moving further north, like out into the country.
Golly, man. Everybody's moving further away. There's some land over where I'm at, man. Cleveland.
It's way too expensive over there.
No, Cleveland.
It's expensive.
It's very undeveloped.
It's expensive.
Cleveland,
You're right,
yeah.
Creek.
Tiny little town.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks, Sheldon.
Well, thanks, man. Hope the move goes good.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. See you.
See ya.
There you go. I mean, we really didn't get.
They're consistent.
He's thinking Dale Jr.'s going to offer my
Consistent.
rider.
Stop it.
So it's consistent. Small head, West Coast. It seems like this is what triggers it.
Yeah.
And it's
Small head, big hats.
Small head, big hat, West Coast.
Yeah.
Wow.
You think? I mean, I can't imagine. Oh man, Dale Jr.'s calling me. Why do you put your ears in your hat?
That's funny to y'all. I don't get it. I don't understand.
It is
why
the most
that's so
random
funny.
thing.
When was the last time you called him?
Never. Probably.
A couple years.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's been a few years.
Yeah.
Whenever the last time he wrecked a car here, it was probably.
I mean, his conversation tonight, his off
I
season.
think I called him to tell him a couple years ago to tell him to keep trying, man. He's eventually going to get a win.
You should have told him again.
Yeah. All those second place finishes. I was like, man, you just keep digging.
You should have reiterated it.
Oh, man.
Call him back. Tell him that.
yeah.
Forgot to tell you.
Stop.
Yeah.
Let's roll a clip.
All right, roll a clip. What are we feeling? Do
Just
we
play. You're
the
producer
DJ
here.
back
What
there.
am I supposed to
Or do we want
produce?
to go live?
The Teardown has the ability to, I think, get a lot of good stuff out of drivers, stuff that other journalists can't get, and they're not afraid to ask the weird, random questions. And this is from Media Day with Ryan Blaney.
You got done with Daytona, and then you immediately went stroller shopping. So,
I did. Oh,
you know,
did?
yeah,
that was my Sunday. Oh, you used to find a Sunday off. You have so few Sundays.
After you won.
Yeah. After you win.
That was my off day. We went shopping.
And your Sunday fun day consisted of stroller shopping.
Yeah. Well, we planned on doing that regardless. Like, my wife and I already planned, like, hey, if we get the race in on Saturday, you know, we have to do this. This is a big one, right? It's like shopping for your first car. Right? It's our first stroller and car seat and stuff. Like, you want to get a nice one.
You know?
You do. I was feeling generous, right? We just got to win.
I don't even want to ask how much. Like,
oh, it is bonkers how expensive these things are.
right.
But
Googling that
But
now.
also, you know, a big thing to me was, all right, not only does it, how does this thing handle? You know, how does it drive? How quick can you fold it up and unfold it? Like
That
that's
is
and how
huge.
easy is it to unfold and fold? And so I was like timing, like, well, bam. And then bam, this thing's open, and like Gianna, like, how do you like it? Do you like how it folds and unfolds, and is it easy for you? And so there's so many different levels to it. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Spot on.
He's right, yeah.
He is. And, you know, when you get two, things really get tough because then those double strollers, they don't fold up. They're heavy as shit.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't do anything you like. There's some real rinky-dink cheap strollers. They're the best. The ones that fold up this way, and you just throw them in, and
it's literally like a chair, like a folding chair.
It is as simple as it can be, and so I remember that. We don't do strollers anymore, but
I don't know if you know this. Telvin in our football league just had a baby, so he has a stroller. I saw this, and it rocks itself when it's in park.
What the hell?
I never saw that before.
Isn't that something we're going to as we get older see all this like new technology for kids and be jealous?
Mm-hmm.
Like they ain't strollers like
Thing
that.
rocks itself.
Rocks
Yeah.
itself.
It's like little Tesla strollers. It's driving itself. Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited for Ryan to go through that experience. There's a lot of people that are, that we get to see go through, all those milestones, and you don't want to wish your life away. I was gonna say life away. You don't want to wish your life away. People tell you that, man, because you don't understand when you get kids, you'll be sitting there and you'll be like, I'll be so glad when I don't have to do this anymore. There'll be these things, whatever it may be, right? You'll be like, oh, I'm so glad when this is over, this part of it, right? Or pacifiers, like get rid of these pacifiers. I can't wait for. But you got to remind yourself not to like wish it forward, because it's going to come a day. Yeah,
you're going to wish it was there.
I was like a 7-year-old going on 10, and we're like, golly. Sucks.
I've noticed
slow down time.
I've noticed now that Isla and Stella, they used to come, hey, what are you doing, Dad? Let's go play. Now it's like, I'm going to go play with Stella. I'm going to go play with Isla.
Yeah.
It's like, we've been replaced.
Yes.
So, and it does change you for Ryan. I'm excited for Ryan. I think you don't know it until you go through it as a dad. I went through it. I mean, I'd leave the basement early sometimes, and you'd be like, oh, that's bullshit. You ain't got to go.
I gave him so much hell.
He called me. I don't know if you remember this, but you called me almost right after you had Isla, and you were like, man, I'm sorry I gave you all that them times. I know, I understand it now. And it's like just something you can't explain to people until you go through it.
And you do love when the day comes and you can get rid of them strollers.
Yeah, those things could be
and the car seats.
Car seats.
We're back.
Yeah.
We're all booster now. We just shifted into just booster only.
Big stuff.
Those big damn car seats, getting them in and out of cars.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so hard to get some of them in out.
A champion has been crowned, and now is your chance to bring the excitement home. Celebrating every pass, pit stop, and photo finish with a collectible car from Lionel Racing, the official diecast of NASCAR. Built for fans who live for the chase, Lionel Racing diecast are the ultimate trophy. Each car is precision crafted, featuring authentic paint schemes and hand-applied decals. Plus, each 1/24 scale diecast is part of a limited edition run, making each piece a must-have for true collectors. No matter if your playoff favorite took home the championship or not, Lionel Racing has the diecast that reps your favorite playoff driver. And now you can get free U.S. shipping when you purchase the Cup Series diecast of a NASCAR playoff driver. Just go to LionelRacing.com, use promo code PLAYOFFS. That's promo code PLAYOFFS at LionelRacing.com.
Let's see, this next clip is from DBC. Connor Zilisch. I think it was a few days after he had his incident getting out of the car at Watkins Glen.
Jesus.
Came on DBC to tell it all.
I mean, the last thing I remember, I was split on the door, so I had one leg in the car, one leg out the car, and the last thing I remember is thinking, I don't know why, but I thought I was going to break my femur. Like my leg was stuck. I thought I was going to get caught in the headrest, and just I thought I was
scary,
done.
man.
Like I thought I was done. And then apparently the first thing I said when I came back to life and was resurrected is they said, Michael Campbell, actually, Justin's PR guy, he was walking with me. I was on the stretcher, and I start turning the corner and coming back, and I was like talking gibberish, like just yapping away, and
you were in the race too,
which I've seen you do this before.
Yeah,
before the fall.
Thanks. And I was basically not yelling, but I was talking to the medics, and I was like, I'm good, like I'm my shoulder hurts a little bit, but that's it. Like I'm fine. And they're like, no, like we're putting you on the stretcher. I'm in this neck brace, and I'm getting pulled away on the stretcher, and I'm like, apparently the first words that came out of my mouth that were legitimate were, God, everyone's gonna think I'm a.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
That was scary.
Yep.
So scary.
He came on the show that day, and I think he was still probably medicated from the pain that he was on.
I'm
And
sure.
I'm like, we're gonna have to cut this whole show out. he's letting it fly today. That line there, I was like, we're definitely gonna cut that one out.
Yep.
But I mean, I was glad he came. We had Josh came in because I'm like, there's no like Connor was a scheduled guest for that week, goes and falls out of the car. So I'm like, all right, he can't do the show, and so we get Josh to come in and fill in for him. And then Connor just walks in the door, and I'm like, all right, buddy, sit down, have a seat. Let's go have some fun today.
He is so I was standing there, watched the whole thing happen, went to the hospital, went through the whole I was able to see all of it. And I'm thinking he comes out of the hospital, and I was telling his people, I was like, we're going, I'll wait. We'll take him back if he wants to go home tonight. He had planned on staying and going to the race the next day. I was like, probably ain't doing that. He's got to get surgery Monday. He's going to be, ain't going to want to move. He's not going to be very, very comfortable. And he's like, I ain't going home. Me and Jesse got a hotel room. I'm going to the race. I'm doing all that. And his parents were like, yep, that's what he's doing. Like, he made his mind up. I was like, man, if I was his dad, I'd be like, the you are, boy. You're going home. This is what you're doing. Get on that plane. But they were like, yep, he does what he wants. It's what he's set his mind to, so that's what he's doing. And he did it. And so I turn on social media the next morning, he's walking up and down pit road in a sling, like his arm ain't broke. He still ain't had the surgery, and he's walking up and down pit road, just chatting it up with people. And then comes on the show days later. Like he just, no, it didn't.
Did it even happen?
It didn't register to him, I guess, like how, like, damn, dude, just sit down and
just calm down a little bit.
Yeah, you just had a ridiculous looking bad accident.
And then you think about it, like that day, what we're all talking about, obviously, we were driving out of the racetrack and somebody's like, holy shit, Connor fell. So then you're talking about it, you'd like talk to some of the guys over there and they're like, it's definitely a collarbone, it's definitely this, whatever. So then you start thinking like, all right, he's going to be out Daytona for sure. He's going to be out probably the next 3. Like, he's not going to want to run Bristol.
Yeah.
He's not going to run the road courses. And, he can miss Bristol and still transfer out of the next round because he's got so many points. And then he only missed Daytona, right? And then he was like back racing, winning the next week. And I was like, all right, this kid's incredible.
Yeah.
He is. And you forget sometimes he's still a kid. You see last night at the banquet, he's on stage singing.
Yeah, him and Jesse.
Karaoke with Jesse. And, a couple days before, he's standing on pit road and as low as he's ever been probably in his professional career at least, and just so heartbroken. And then, he can just kind of, just like this situation with the shoulder, it's like 24, 48 hours later, he's like, I'm good. It is what it is. And he's on about his, carrying on about his life. And the other thing, too, is like to see him jump on a stage and karaoke in front of the industry or whoever's there at that party. We have a lot of cool people coming up through the sport. I don't want to minimize anybody. Our 2 champions in the truck and Xfinity Series, Herm and Jesse, are great examples of some great personalities coming up through the sport. But Connor is this like, Connor, his willingness, right, just to jump on that stage, right, and just do a little karaoke. His willingness to come on this your podcast just a couple days after that.
Yeah.
It's surprising that somebody didn't say, nah, let's not do it in the media. Right? But he's like, no, I'll get on there. I'll talk about it. This is my experience. And he's open. He's the one that's the driving motivation behind that. He's like, no, I want to do it. I want to get up there. I want to tell everybody what happened. I feel foolish. I want to get up there and face it head on.
I texted him that night and I said, don't worry about, I said the next day, actually, I didn't think that night, but the next day I was like, hey, don't worry. We're going to get Josh to come in. Don't worry about nothing. We're not, you're all good. He's like, no, I'm coming. I'm like, all right, well, like the medicine has not worn off yet. Yeah. Like just relax. Yeah. Just we don't need you to come in tomorrow. You're fine. I appreciate it. He's like, no, I'm coming. I'll be there. And I was like, all right, whatever.
He does a great job.
To be young.
Yeah. I know. He does a great job, making, this is why he's so popular too, is because people gravitate towards this too and see, he's doing a lot for himself when he does this.
Building his brand.
I said it the other day, I said he's the most complete prospect I've ever seen. I wasn't around for Jeff Gordon coming up or whoever, but like when we sat down with him last year, you were there, After he won the Rolex or whatever it was, he was 17, 18-year-old kid, whatever he was at the time. We came in, I didn't know him well. He comes in, and I'm like, you don't think this kid's 17 when you talk to him. You know, you sit there and you're like, this is a polished veteran you're talking to, essentially, and he's 17 years old. It's like, wow, what the hell?
I agree.
There was news that broke after we recorded both of our shows this week, both DBC and the Download, that Zilisch was supposed to take part in a World Endurance Challenge hypercar test in Bahrain, but didn't because he didn't win the Xfinity title. Bahrain,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's why he was crying. I get it.
That's
now.
what it was.
I don't know what the that is, and I don't care. I mean, it was important to him. I saw everybody on social media like, oh, this is can you believe this? This is bull.
Didn't know what it was.
Connor's still,
Hypercar?
yeah.
What is a hypercar? Is it like a
I think
electric
it's like a
car? What is it?
I don't know what it is, honestly. I
You
have
don't
no idea.
even know?
I didn't
Okay.
get involved.
I
I
think
just know
it's
that like it was about points for a super license or
You
whatever
got
the
it.
hell
You
it
can't
was.
just you can't just go over there and drive the car.
I get it, but I mean, I get it. Yeah,
But
I
he
mean, is that like a
comes-
prototype? That's like a
Yeah,
It's like a
like a
Rolex,
prototype.
Rolex car, I want to say.
But he
Something
has that
similar.
background, so he's connected with that still.
Well,
and
he's
it's
still
probably
going to
a big
run.
deal.
I think he's still racing in 24 Hours of Daytona.
Yeah.
Look, I selfishly don't want him going over and doing it.
I know, yeah.
Stay here.
Yeah, I want him racing Cup, some road course.
Yeah, stay here, Connor.
Some WEC stuff in the United States.
Yeah.
Like the 24 Hours of Daytona. That's badass. Nah, I'm around. I
Circles,
think
Connor.
he's a complete package. I'd love if he can be a superstar in NASCAR that does go do, the Le Mans and those type of things, and is successful, is a valued asset to a team. That's badass for us.
Yeah, we claim him. We drafted
But I don't
him.
know what the a hypercar is.
We drafted Connor.
They're really rambunctious cars.
I guess so. I mean,
Well, they're
what the
just
hell? Yeah.
they're a little wilder than a normal
They're-
car.
yeah.
Like like
They
Too much sugar.
Too much sugar. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I want to get to one more clip.
Okay.
Becoming Earnhardt, Season 2, 1980. Dropped
Boys,
over the summer.
slow down. Drum roll. All right. This is the part of the show that I've been anticipating the most. We got Tim's here.
Hey, what's
Tim's,
up, guys?
who
All right.
worked very, very hard on this project. Lots of late hours, lots of late
I hope
nights.
so. You stole them off DBC for 2 months.
Yeah, and then I had to be
I know.
on
That was the worst 2 months we had.
Roll the clip. Let's go.
Yeah. So this is from Becoming Earnhardt.
Something evidently wrong with Cale Yarborough's automobile as he backs way out of the carburetor. Dale Earnhardt looked like he was shot out of a gun as he gunned by Cale Yarborough on pit road with the hood up and the crew is under it.
I feel like we won the race. We just didn't get paid for it. That's what Cale says.
Dale Earnhardt, Bobby Allison side by side at 3 and 4. Dale Earnhardt on the high side. Bobby Allison on the low side as they come out of turn 4. They'll be running side by side. Dale Earnhardt shoots past Bobby Allison and takes over the lead in the Atlanta 500.
In an article in the Stock Car Racing magazine, Goodyear engineers are telling Jake Elder the tires on Dad's car were so worn that there was no way he could finish the race without a pit stop.
This is the time of the race where the driver starts hearing everything going on in a car. He feels every vibration. He hears every knock, and he just counts the laps off with the starter.
Elder said after the race, if you want to be a superstar, sometimes you have to take chances. They were down to the fabric, but I figured those tires had another 10 laps in them.
And he has a big watermelon grin underneath that handlebar mustache. Dale Earnhardt, the rookie driver for just a few years back, now becoming a very big, strong veteran and a force to be reckoned with. Many of the fans on the bank down the back straightaway raising their fists in salute to Dale Earnhardt.
Dad was able to charge to the front and lead the final 29 laps, and he's going to capture his first win of the season and the second of his Cup career.
Annapolis, North Carolina, last year's Rookie of the Year comes off of turn 4. He's headed to the start-finish line, and he gets the checkered flag.
This 500-mile journey changed Dad's early morning demeanor once he pulls into victory lane.
Dale, congratulations. A victory, a second year on a super speedway here. Boy, you did it.
I ain't believing we did it, but this crew worked hard, and it was a long day. We run hard all day, had good pit stops. It was just a super day.
Well, you sat back there, seemed to control yourself, You finally made your move. Just blew right by Bobby Allison. Had you been holding back all day?
No, I was running hard as I could go. Bobby slowed down. He had problems, and luckily Cale had problems too. So it ended up we're by ourselves at the end.
He goes on to say, "This I could get used to. This beats the heck out of any other feeling I've had recently. This is going to be Dad's first of 9 total victories at Atlanta. Now that's a record that still stands today for the most wins by a single driver at this track."
Dale, congratulations once again on the radio network and everybody at Universal Racing.
The sweet taste of victory for Dale Earnhardt. From Atlanta International Raceway at Hampton, Georgia, this is So Long from now from the Universal Racing.
The Becoming Earnhardt series is in its second season. That was a little taste of this past season that we created with the 1980 championship year. We started that series around the 1979 season. It's a very important project to me. I put a ton of work into the first year. The second year, it was a lot of collaboration amongst a lot of people. And Alex, you came in and did a ton of work on the sound design. And really, I mean, I loved season 1. Wasn't sure where season 2 was going to go. I was actually concerned about whether we were going to put enough assets into it for it to rival the first year. But you lifted this series up to a new level. I loved how you made every moment feel important. You matched the sound design with what was happening in reality in Dad's career. Incredible job. I'll say this, man. When we were doing season 1, it's a huge undertaking because we would create every episode and then we would listen to it and we would make monster changes, so many changes to every single aspect. We were so particular, and every episode of season 1 just never we were in a crunch, and it just we were feeling rushed, and we just never really got to a great place with every episode, but it was still good and comfortable. We would get episodes for this particular season and there'd be no changes, minimal if any changes. You did such a super job, everybody involved. Just wanted to celebrate that for a minute, and thanks for putting everything into it, because again, this is a really important project to me, and I'm very proud with what we ended up with.
Yeah, thank you for the kind words. Yeah, I got to shout out MRN too. They gave us all the radio calls, and that really brought it to life. And a lot of the stories that you hear, the candidness from your dad and Cale Yarborough and even Darrell Waltrip with his storyline throughout the series was really brought it to life and was amazing. It was really fun to go back and listen to something 45 years later. And a lot of it still kind of runs true to today's racing too. So it was very, very fun to work on.
Yeah, it's a great project.
Those radio calls, man,
they're cool.
I love hearing them, man.
Mm-hmm. I listened to the radio call for this past week as I was going out in my garage. I was out in my garage quite a bit. So for this championship weekend, I listened to the radio call more than I watched the television call, man. And the vibe that you feel from Bags and all those guys on the radio, it's the same as it was back then. That's one thing that's sort of been very consistent, I guess, of the many things. You know, our sport's always evolved and always changed for better or worse, but the radio call has always had the same energy and intensity and sound and vibe to it.
I like that.
I do too. I love it. I think that's why I feel like some of our best play-by-play guys, some of our best on-air talent that we've had in our industry has come from radio, because they know, like, when you're doing radio, you got to paint a picture. I always talked about when you were spotting for me, like, I want you to do such a good job. I don't got to look in the mirror. I want to know what it looks like in my mind. You paint the picture for me, and that's what they do as, analysts on the radio.
Dale, I know you've been thrown in turns and like tried to do play-by-play. They threw me up on a roof for the Roval, just practicing qualifying to try and do play-by-play. Oh my God, it is not easy. So
yeah,
that's
terrifying.
Hearing all those guys do
They're
it,
just so
and
good
they just
at it.
sound so natural. It is not as easy as it looks. So.
I agree. Yeah, that's a lot of fun hearing those old calls, and I'm not sure what the future is for the Becoming Earnhardt series. I would love to continue it, and I don't know where. I think there would be a point. I feel around the 90s where I would lose interest because I lived a lot of that, right? Yeah. And the point for doing Becoming Earnhardt in '79 and this past season was for me to learn more which we did, and it was like a excavation, or it was like uncovering,
unearthing.
You know, it was really, that was the experience, and it's been rewarding as hell. We've learned, and a lot of the things that I love won't even be Earnhardt stuff. It'll be like, Lenny Pond got busted for soaking tires, or somebody, things that,
Neil Bonnet got struck by lightning during the 1980
twice.
Season. I think
Wasn't it
twice.
twice?
I think
Oh my
twice.
God.
Yeah, and it didn't even make the show because there's so
No.
many things that happened. It
Yeah.
didn't fit.
Dang.
But yeah, I was unearthing that was incredible.
There was a deal during. There was I was overdoing the research on the '79 season. There's a ton of stuff that didn't make it. And there's one story where Neil Bonnet basically lands the 21 Purelator ride from when David Pearson and the Wood Brothers split, but at the same time, he's getting these opportunities possibly to go run the Indy 500. And he kind of had to make a decision in Dover to which route he was going to go, right? And he ended up not going to Indy and doing that, and stayed with the. But those. And there's like there's a cool story that I had no idea.
I never would have thought that.
Right. And and there was in '79 too, the McQuarrie tire comes in there, like Harry Gantz sitting on the pole at Pocono in the 47 car. That car was good, but not a pole winning car. J.D. McDuffie, one of the backmarker independents, goes to Bristol and sets on the pole. It'd be like the 51 sitting on the pole.
Could you
at
imagine
Charlotte,
if that happened?
And
Oh
you'd
my
be
God.
like, what the f***?
Yeah.
But those tires would fall apart in the race
quickly.
Yeah.
We're going live, and we're live.
Hey everybody, it's Dale Jr. here at the Dale Jr. Download, and we're live for a little Ask Junior on a Wednesday. But we wanted to get on YouTube and go live and see what you guys were up to. I want to thank Xfinity for the past 11 years sponsoring the Xfinity Series. It's really grown into something special. They've backed young drivers, told their story, really created opportunities for them to get up through the Xfinity Series into the Cup Series. And it's all, they brought all of us along for the ride, you, the fan. We all got to be a passenger on this train for the past several years, and we're very thankful for it. The series name may be changing, but Xfinity's going to stick around, and the next lap's going to be a great one. Can't wait to see what they continue to do to support our sport and everything we do here at Dirty Mo Media. So let's get right to it. You seen any great questions on there?
Yes. Yeah, actually, this is funny. The first question is from Kelly. When are we going to see a joint DBC DJD podcast? And Kelly, that's actually kind of what's happening right now. Freddie and TJ are here.
No, I don't count it.
Oh, you don't count it?
I've asked Mike about that. I've told Mike we should have like a round table one day where we all get in the room and argue.
That would be, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well,
That
I mean,
sounds
there's
chaotic.
nothing's fun. Debate is certainly the most fun route to take, right?
Yeah. I agree.
On topics happening.
I
in the
feel like
sport.
we could get Tommy France pretty wound up with you, and that could be pretty fun.
I told him yesterday, this is when we're going to do it. I told him yesterday, I said, I'm not coming back from Homestead next year. Like, I'm going to Key West. So we're going to do DBC in Key West at some point. So you just come on down and
can you book me on that show?
Yeah, I'll see if I get you.
Hey, I'm looking for a reason to get to Key West anytime I can.
Well,
I've had to get creative. I had to go there for Tim Duggar's birthday recently. Yeah, that's how
desperate you were.
That's how desperate we are.
Had to go?
Had to. He's saying he's had to figure out a reason again.
We got to figure out reasons, and we're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
It seems like Freddie kind of answered this next question for next season, but Ben wants to know, what are your guys' off-season plans now that the season's
Tim's
wound
probably
down?
watching this. I hope Tim
Duggar. Tim, if you're
Our
here,
phone will
comment.
start ringing here.
Yeah, he's in Texas.
Ben,
like, you son of a...
Is that Kennedy?
That's Ben Kennedy.
Want us to know what you're doing?
He wants to know what I'm doing. I'm going to be calling a bomb threat. This year's off-season plans?
Yeah, because you told us next season's the 27.
I'm going to a bachelor party for Tyler Courtney in a couple weeks. I'm going to Tyler Courtney's wedding in a couple weeks after that. We're going to me and Eric Jones. Eric Jones is a big Detroit Lions fan. They always take a trip to a Lions game. Well, it turns out the one they picked this year, they're playing the Giants. So I'm going to go to that one with them in a couple weeks. That's about it for what I can.
You got high hopes for that game, or?
No, well, I used to. The problem with the Giants is I don't care. I know they were going to not be good, but they were going to be fun to watch with Scatabo and Dart running around. And now we've lost Scatabo. Dart's kind of on his own, so they're not as fun to watch anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're
Neighbors,
they're showing some signs of life at least, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Anywhere?
Not really. Been kind of quiet. Yeah, quiet for a little bit. Go work on my college football team. Got to take down him.
Where are we at now? National championship game coming up, or
we've already had one. We're getting there. Yeah. So
have you had one since he beat you?
Oh, we've. Had
I'm
plenty.
going. I'm going to the beach for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
with Tim, Duggar, and Tara.
Oh. Found a good reason to go to the beach.
He's probably gonna bail on me now. I said what I said.
Really scraping the bottom of the barrel for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Is it? You guys travel 38 weekends a year. Now I know Dale, you used to, but you still are on the road a lot. Like when that is done and you're just like home, is that a weird feeling to be home for that long? Like how do you get adjusted to that?
I mean, by the second week, you're like, when are we racing next week? You're right.
Yeah,
that's what I was
really?
gonna say. Yeah,
Yeah.
You'll get so there'll be like 10 or 8 or 5 races left in the year. You're coming toward the end of the season, and you're like, I can't wait till this is over with.
Yeah.
And you get to the end, and 2 weeks into the off season, you're like, I want to go back to the track. I was wrong. This is not good.
this like right now, like after leaving Phoenix, I feel like I have to think about Phoenix the whole off season now, and obviously it was overshadowed, but you got to think about your last race. Like when COVID happened, ended up winning the race before COVID with Logano, and we went weeks, and you're just riding that wave, like the high. And if you end the season on a low note,
when we were standing on pit road after the race in Phoenix Saturday night, I was ready for Daytona.
100%.
Yeah.
I was like, get me back to track.
That's like the only way to fix
that
feeling.
I'm lucky enough that I continue to race for majority of the offseason. It feels like I'm going to go race this weekend with Jimmy Blewett and his son. And Jimmy's out for the year with some injuries or some medical stuff going on. But so his son's driving a modified this week, so I'm going to go to Caraway, spot the North-South shootout for him. I've always been doing the Turkey Derby for Jimmy at the Thanksgiving weekend. So I continue to race it almost till December, almost every year. Sometimes do the Snowball Derby into December. So by then I'm usually done with it. But then, like you said, by January, either I want to leave or my wife is ready to kick me out of the house at that point. So it's time to get back to it.
I've done a little iRacing with Jimmy and them. They have a little group from that area, and they're a little rough to race with. I do him and
modified guys,
bunch of junkyard dogs.
I honestly I've been racing with Boo Boo Dalton a little bit on there. He's been on there running. It's been fun. Yeah, it's pretty fun, man. We have a good time. But
Boo Boo,
we got a trip coming up next year. I think me and him are going on a little trip, our group family trips. So that's really all we got planned.
This next question is from a good fan of ours. He tunes in to just about every live stream we have. He's awesome. Double O wants to know, do you guys have your Christmas lights up already at the house?
Yeah.
Yes?
That's hilarious.
Well,
wow.
They're putting mine up right now.
Amy gets that service that comes by and puts those white lights along the frame of the house, and that's what we got. Yeah, we got them up.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
They come on every night. I'll be sitting there playing video games. And
they're bright, man.
Yeah.
like these things are bright.
Holy crap.
We do like the same stuff. Like mine are actually
I
when
think
I
they have
left.
the same service or something similar.
Is it John?
Amish John Stewart. Yeah, he they were actually literally putting mine on when I left this morning. So, are you gonna? I don't know if it's cool to be the first guy in the neighborhood to turn them on. Like, when is
Get
it
in the
acceptable?
spirit, brother. Let's go.
Just do it.
Yeah, I love this time of year. Everybody.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
I came home to my Christmas tree up. It wasn't
Oh.
until I left and
Damn.
it was up.
Damn.
What's your favorite holiday, Freddie, other than Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, buddy.
We still have all our. We're still collecting and putting away Halloween decorations.
That's what
and Amy said she's not going early on the Christmas stuff, but I don't believe it.
Oh yeah, she's gonna go early. I'll start texting pictures of the house with the lights on and stuff.
I forget about the tree. I got a love-hate with the tree. I got a love-hate relationship with the tree.
Is it a real or fake tree?
This is the thing. So that's the thing. This is more for Bless Your Hardt than anything.
Let me text Amy, tell her to listen real quick.
So I like the idea. I like going and getting the tree. I like taking the kids and then picking out and us finding it and all that stuff. And then we'll throw it in the back of the truck. I take it home. I carried it in. I put it down. I can do it.
Yeah.
But we got these boxes of these lights. And Amy gets these lights, and she is so particular about weaving them in and out of the branches. And I'm just like, string it around, fucking whoop, whoop, 15 minutes and we got them up. But she's like, oh no, we got to it's got to go here and twist, and it's got to twist around. And so taking them off is another
nightmare.
Massive nightmare. And when you're yanking and pulling and busting around
Tangled
all these
mess.
dried limbs at this point, that it covers the floor in the needles. And man, trying to keep water in the damn thing and all that bull. It's just, I don't know. I love getting the tree, putting it up. Don't love putting the lights and shit on it.
You sound like my dad. He can't. There came a certain point where he ended up breaking. He's like, I'm had it with the living trees. It makes a mess. We got to keep up. So now we've got a fake tree. It's got lights on it. You just push
Pop
a button.
it out.
Done.
We had the living tree, and then there's another tree that goes on the piano. There's another tree that goes downstairs in the bar. I mean, it's like, the tree in the bar is still up. It never went down. It's
I have one that
Yeah.
doesn't come down.
Heck yeah. Once you ride it the way, it usually gets leave it up.
We had two fake ones, and I remember one. We had a fake one that I don't know, wasn't great, but there's no lights, so she always wanted a pre-lit fake one. So then, the fake one. Now I come home one day from somewhere, and it's in we have this big window in front of on our second story that you roll in, and I'm like, that now there's a tree upstairs. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah,
and that tree has never come down in 3 years now. It's still been up.
How
there,
many trees
so.
do you put? 2 up?
2, yeah. And that would I don't know. She does. I don't.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna replace the tree in the front window with one of those leg lamps, a real
leg lamp.
Leg lamp.
Yeah, I want to do it, like the real one, like the life size one.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
I want to do it.
DC Long in the chat said, "Put a humidifier behind a tree, saves the needle mess."
Humidifier behind it?
I guess so.
Our tree goes in the middle of a foyer, so there's no behind.
Not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
And you still
that's
got
that's a great
tucked in a
advice.
corner.
That's badass advice.
That
But
is
you
cool.
still got to refill the humidifier.
Yeah.
Look,
Double O says Charlie Brown tree. My
I shouldn't
girlfriend has
complain.
No.
And I love the experience. The kids love it.
The tree always looks good when you go in your house right there. Like it does.
I love this time of year. I do. It's my favorite time of year.
Sounds like it.
You know what? And I've talked about this too. You know what what's the best week of the year? The best week of the year, hands down.
I mean,
between Christmas and New Year's,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's just that. Yeah.
I like
That's a
the
good
build up to Christmas. Like to me, like the 23rd, 24th are like
I don't-
almost bigger than Christmas Day itself.
That's traveling. That's like when you're going to see the family. We go to Texas. We do. We're hustling.
Yeah.
Last year we went
getting kids and bags and this and that and the other. And
There's a
getting
lot going on.
We were
you
like-
take 1,000,000 presents to Texas.
Yeah.
You bring 1,000,000 presents back. It's like,
oh man.
We were Christmas with the Cranks last year. Me, Meg, Tim, and Tara went to St. Thomas on Christmas Day. We left
you
on
did.
Christmas Day. Yeah.
Damn.
Dang. Yeah.
I'm telling you that week between Christmas and New Year's, it's like your personal, its own personal holiday
Yeah,
for everything.
Whatever you want to do.
You you don't have to do shit.
It is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a great time
This
of
is
the year.
my
though.
not do shit week.
Don't bother me.
Nothing.
Don't do. All right.
Yeah.
Well, this is also a great time to just sit on the couch and relax. Norton wants to know he needs some good go-to TV shows right now. Anything you guys are binging?
I just watched a lot of YouTube.
Just a lot of
Yeah.
YouTube, just classic
Dude,
NASCAR races.
No, I mean,
Oh.
I just I
just what's on
refresh the algorithm and see what I like.
It's good at coming up with
I
stuff
watch
that
a
catches
ton
you.
of college football
Yeah,
videos.
I can tell.
Like
Yeah.
the video game?
Yeah, like how to be better.
Yeah.
God bless.
I know.
Married to the game.
Yeah,
But it's your hobby. I mean,
It
it's
is
what
my
you like.
hobby.
Yeah, it's something to do.
Yep.
I started watching a show called Task on the way home the other day. It's on, I think it's on HBO. It was pretty good, but I watch YouTube. I find myself, the problem is you turn on YouTube to watch one thing,
You get
and then
hooked.
you're there forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amy still watches shows.
I don't watch
I used to
shows.
watch shows with her, but I don't watch shows anymore. Yeah, I watch YouTube, and she's not into YouTube. So like when we're in the room together, she's
You're watching shows.
We're not
Like
gonna.
her show
I've tried. You ever sit down on the couch and you're like, I'm gonna throw up a YouTube clip. She's gonna love it.
It's
Find
not-
one. I'm gonna find one. So I'll be watching YouTube clips of. I was watching this one YouTube clip of this guy, and he animates the, like when the Pilgrims came to the coast and formed. What is the
Plymouth Rock?
Plymouth Rock, right, and all that. Yeah. And so I got sucked into this thing, man. I'm watching, and it's like an animated. It's a map, and there are things moving around on the map, and how they interacted with all of the natives and all this stuff and the different challenges and whatnot. And I'm like, I'm watching this, and I'm like, why am I watching this?
And you think
But
I'm
can't
random.
Stop. Why? You're like, I'm learning.
No.
I watch a lot of military stuff on there.
Yeah, you
World
go to
War
sleep.
II,
You
whatever.
go to sleep to that military stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to learn. I like to be educated. And
I'm random. I watched this animation of the Pilgrims coming over, and I'm random.
What did I say? You're random.
No, you always say I come up with the weird. I always have the this.
You are weird, dog.
I'm gonna
start sending you the clips that I find
Yeah.
interesting,
Do
and
it.
you can grade them on a ABCDF.
I'll end up getting hooked on them too. Then my algorithm will be the same thing.
One of my favorite tweets is I ended up falling asleep to baseball highlights, then woke up to which Star Wars Jedi chair is the most comfortable.
So this guy, I was looking at this clip. This guy makes this. It's this animated, cheap little, map of how all timeline chronological of the Pilgrims coming over here and establishing their colony and whatnot, right? And I would not give a shit about this till I found it on YouTube. And I look at it and I'm like, and the one I just finished, I finished it and I was like, okay, I got to know what happens next. I go onto his page and he hasn't made one in 2 years, and I'm like, wait. I don't get to see I don't see the next one.
Oh no!
And apparently, the one before that, the chapter before that, was made 4 years ago. So I think he makes one every 2 years.
He works his ass off.
I'm like, subscribe. I'll wait around for 2 years for the next chapter.
Boy, when it hits, though.
Oh finally.
Man.
It's like waiting on your favorite band to make another record.
That was me yesterday with the trade deadline. I kept refreshing, waiting to see what the Bills are going to do.
Dude, the Commanders didn't do crap.
I don't know
what we had to sell, but we should have been selling.
Oh, Jets had a big day yesterday.
They did.
They
I couldn't believe that.
I know. And if the Bills weren't in their division, I wanted them to get some players. But yeah, I was sitting there waiting, and nothing.
I subscribe on YouTube to tons of racing stuff. Obviously,
Dalton, by the way, just came in and told me the guy we were talking about yesterday, the Commanders YouTube page, he gave us a donation in the YouTube chat.
Bullcrap right now.
So
just
shout out
this
to
the
him.
moment.
Nice. Was it just now? All right.
Oh wow,
that's Carter.
Carter, what was his name?
He's a Commanders fan. WSH Carter.
WSH Carter. Well,
Man,
thank
that's
you
cool.
very much. That's awesome.
Yeah, we gave him. I seen. So that's a great example. Carter's, I think, 16 years old. Created his own sort of podcast. Sort of. He goes live on YouTube. He does about 2 or 3 pieces of content a day around the Commanders, and that's kind of the. I've ebbed away from TV and typical news, like getting sports from ESPN or what have you. I've went away from that to something like YouTube, because what I want is specifically tell me everything that happened with the Commanders today, because I didn't have time to get on social media, and I don't have time to do this and that and other. And so this Carter kid does a really good job of gleaning everything from social media posts and comments from coaches or practice or whatever happened that day, right? And you can just go watch his 15 minutes or whatever and learn everything you need to learn. And you're caught up, and he does a great job articulating everything. He's young, but he does an incredible job.
Think he's good at college football?
I don't know. He might want to join the league. Be fun. But probably kick our tail.
Probably. I'd be worried about that.
Awesome. One more question?
Yeah.
All right. A lot of people are mentioning Cleetus in the YouTube chat. I know we had him on the show earlier this year. What do you guys expect out of him next year? And
in ARCA?
Do
what?
we foresee him racing further?
Yeah.
Continue
I mean, I
this
wouldn't
racing.
So, colleagues got this gong show going on. They got all these race car drivers that are part of this deal that they roped into it. We got
allegedly,
allegedly Bubba Pollard and
I know Huffman. I think
Huffman
may or may not be there.
Right? Yeah, I would say if they're if you ain't heard anything from them,
your buddies are missing. They're at the
if they're not entered in the races that are happening right now, that's where they are. And so, I think he's part of that. And I think that knowing what I know from the Dodge thing is your talent is going to matter, but it's also going to matter how much your reach is. Can you, if you can demand a lot of attention, which Cleetus absolutely does when he does a live live stream while racing, there's 40,000, 60,000 people watching that. That right there is going to weigh heavily over Dodge's ultimate decision. I don't know that Cleetus is in that deal or not, but I would
Text
imagine
him
he is.
if he don't answer.
Let's call him.
He's pretty smart. But he may continue to run ARCA. Whatever he does, look, man, I mean, there's no rules to this. There shouldn't be anybody's. I'm gonna talk from a traditionalist standpoint. You know, you got a guy coming in and he tried to race ARCA, and I watched his in-car at Bristol, and I see a lot of the things that he doesn't know. But as the race went on, he adapted and he learned and he got better, right? And he started to understand where and how to push the car. And so a ton of this stuff is completely foreign to him. But it's not out of the question for a guy his age to say, hey, I want to go race, and that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to go right into an ARCA car. I'm not going to run a street stock or a mini stock or a late model or anything like that. I'm going right to ARCA, and I'm going right to Daytona. I mean, that's not a new thing. That is not a new thing. If you look back over the history of the series, even in the Sportsman series or the Busch series, you had guys that had zero experience, very minimal experience running these races or attempting to qualify these races, often with detrimental results. But hey, he's here. He wants to do it. And I'm all for it. I think why not? Gosh. And he has a great attitude about it. And if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. I think it's good. I would, of course, there's a more traditional route into the sport to become a great race car driver, but this is the way he wants to go. And
I don't think it's a bad path for him to start there.
He's cut some corners, but it's what he wants to do. I think it's fine. So.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, I agree.
I hope that I hope he races more ARCA. If he gets his truck deal, great. I'd love to see him continue to be part of it.
Awesome.
I'll be interested though, because this has got to make, the other thing too is, and we're getting in the weeds here, he's got to make it make sense financially, because he's not going to walk away from what's working.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got a lot of things working for him financially that have nothing to do with racing.
Yeah, and he'd have to
Start
sacrifice.
coming to what's trucks next year? 22, 30 races, 25
Which
races.
I think wherever he goes, they're gonna, the follows, the views are gonna follow.
Where are they running the Gong Show? Do you know where that's? Is it?
So it's allegedly
Virginia somewhere.
They're not even running a truck or nothing because they can't skirt the testing policy. So it's going to be, I think, a lot of maybe go-karts or late. I don't know exactly what it is, but so it's going to be
GoPro. They're going to be over at GoPro running all day long.
Yeah, somewhere in Virginia, maybe.
I don't. I really don't. I think
Virginia.
I would think so. I think that's where they're at.
No.
South Boston.
I don't know.
Why can't you just say it?
I don't know, man. That's what they say.
You said Virginia. What are you doing?
That's rumored to has where it's at.
What are we doing? Are we breaking some big news?
I don't know.
You're just speculating.
I'm speculating. Allegedly.
Well, I know there's NDAs and stuff. No, we didn't sign any, so we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not chained down to no damn. You can say whatever you want. I haven't heard anything about where it's going to run, but I did hear there's something about late models. So I mean, it would, but yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how that goes. It's going to be a produced thing, right? It's going to be made for TV or whatever, wherever it goes, wherever it lives.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I've heard is it's like a reality TV show. They're going to all be in the same house together.
Crazy.
Like
no electronics. I mean, nothing.
Yeah, it's going to be. So if your friends have disappeared, they're at the Gong Show.
And how long is it?
I would say a couple weeks. I think
That's
they blocked
yeah.
off like
Quick.
2-3 weeks for it.
Fast.
For weather,
man. Doesn't honestly, man. I mean, I don't want to say. I hate to say that. It doesn't sound fun. Do you?
No, like that's what I was gonna say to somebody like Bubba
Sounds
Pollard
very
or like
nerve-wracking.
somebody like you're gonna leave your family for 3 weeks.
Well, I don't, that
now,
part I think some of them are fine.
Some of them would be fine, but like there's others that have I'm sure I guarantee somebody who's got a wife and kids and they're like
but learning about how they're all going to be in the same house together, like
you wouldn't want.
I would be
you
like,
would not do.
I don't want to do that. What are we doing? I want to go try out and see if I'm good enough. Just give me tell me if I got the deal or not. I don't want to go hang out with these guys for 2 weeks. What the hell is that? Right?
That does sound like a lot.
Yes.
And I think there's a lot of people. Like I think there's like 15, 20 of them or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, God bless. I don't know how.
Oh man,
it sounds.
It does. I don't want to hang out with them.
I don't want to hang out with these guys.
Okay, Carl or
That's
Danny.
part of it. You got to figure out how well you work in a crowd.
Yeah, maybe that's part of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good place to wrap up, as Junior. It was
He's
nice.
done hanging out with us today.
I'm done with these guys.
It's great to see a bunch of familiar faces that have been with us all year long. Eric, Allie, Pamela, a bunch of people in the YouTube chat.
Did you just
so
call
we
out?
Appreciate.
Was that his girlfriend he's calling out?
Did you just call her out?
Did I what?
You did.
She watches a lot of them.
Oh my gosh.
Who? We just called out Andrew's girlfriend for watching online.
You did?
I tried to be.
He tried to be coy about
Yeah, I
it. He
tried to
slipped
be
it. There was
smooth
3
with it.
names. He put that one in the middle.
Look at how red his face is.
What is he doing? Hey, Amy. Hey, Amy, if you're watching, love you, honey. I'll be home later. Isla's iPad's above the aquarium.
All right, I'm ending the stream.
You're looking for it. Hope you got Nicole to school on time. What are we doing?
He just got busted so
Yeah,
hard.
when he said it, I was like, "There's no way." Right?
Sorry, Andrew. I didn't
Hey,
mean to bring all
Pamela
that.
says thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Carl.
Carl's in.
You're in, buddy.
Huh?
You're already in.
I know,
You're already the relationship. You're already there.
You're good.
You already have it.
Yeah. Well,
He's trying to get this over. End stream.
thanks to Xfinity.
Are you in the doghouse, Andrew? Is that what it is? I mean,
It can't end until I read this Xfinity line, so it just
So what do you want to talk
going. We'll just keep on embarrassing Andrew.
Andrew, do you want to use the
Look
Xbox
how
or the
red
sim
his
rig?
face. His face is
Oh,
matching
I know.
his shirt at this point.
Thank you, Freddie.
Yeah. Good job.
Oh boy.
Hope everybody-
ISO on Amber. Who's switching back there? ISO on Andrew.
I'm moving the camera. I'm moving the GoPro.
What were you gonna do? When were you gonna bring it up to her? Later on the night, or when you get
Huh?
home? Were you gonna
She's
text her?
watching.
She's watching.
I know,
She's
but
live.
but
That
were
was
you
like-
going to?
She's live.
She's like,
Were you gonna lay in bed later and be like, "Hey, did you hear me call you out
Hey.
earlier?" Or was-
Probably.
that?
I can't believe you missed it. I'm disappointed in you.
I wasn't paying attention. No surprise there
Damn it, TJ. No surprise there.
for me. Like to be zoned out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
TJ.
boy.
Sorry,
Well, hey,
sorry, Allie.
we've had a lot of fun today. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Don't go anywhere just yet. Our show today is a lot of the highlight reel and clips. It's kind of like a Dirty 30. We have a Friday Dirty 30 of highlights from the week, and this is basically highlights from the season. A lot of stuff I don't watch every show, every episode of everything we do, so we pulled from everything. We got with our producers, said, give me your best clips. We're going to watch them. We're going to react to them. And we talked a lot about, just our own personal experiences this year. And Freddie's never really been at this table on this show, so it's been fun having you do this today with us, Freddie.
I appreciate it.
So I hope y'all will check it out. And we're not done. We got a lot of. I just was agreeing to a lot of episodes of Bless Your Hardt and Dale Jr. Download throughout the winter. In the rest of November and December, we'll have a lot of episodes and shows coming out. So stay tuned, stay plugged in, subscribe, follow all of our social media so that you know when we're putting out stuff over the winter, giving you a look into our experiences over the holidays. Hope everybody's doing well. And appreciate you tuning in today for this YouTube Live. Thank you, Xfinity. And racing and live speed is not an option unless it's Xfinity Wi-Fi, because it's the best. We love Xfinity Wi-Fi. I'm a customer, and it never fails. Always online. I've got a place, I've got some videos and some cameras at this house. So, always kind of check in. Back when the kids were young, we had, baby cameras and all that stuff, and always wanting to look and see what they were up to. And it never failed, never dropped, never went down, and it's fast, dependable internet. Always locked in, price locked in for 5 years. No contracts, no slowdowns, no nonsense. Thank you, Xfinity Wi-Fi. Thank you, Xfinity, for everything you do for us here at Dirty Mo Media. We'll see you. Hey, everybody, you want the latest Dale Jr. Download apparel? Visit shop.dirtymomedia.com. We're always adding new stuff all the time, especially like when we say something silly on this show. We'll put it on a T-shirt. Again, check it out at shop.dirtymomedia.com. So one of the things I wanted to do at the end of the show here is looking at we keep an informal document of our guests, and so I'm looking at the list right here, and I'm just wanting to run back through in my mind about some of my favorite episodes. We had Casey Kane on here. It was great to really catch up with him. Mm-hmm. We've had him before. We mentioned Cleetus McFarland earlier in the show, Carl Edwards earlier in the show. Lake Speed was a great episode. Casey Mears, and now Casey's back in racing.
Yeah.
Back competing again. Edwin McCain was a great episode.
Honestly, that might have been my favorite of the
Yeah.
year.
Well, you love music and you love the artist and the stories behind it, so I can understand that. I thought it was.
But it was just his willingness to be vulnerable
Well,
and honest. He was so good in that regard.
And when we and you'll know this, when we reach out to people and say, hey, will you come on the show? And they go, oh yeah, I'd love to. And I'm like, all right, but I'm going to ask you about these difficult times in your life, if they've had them, right? If they've had these struggles, I'm like, hey, I want to talk about that. And so we kind of clear it. And I mean, Edwin's amazing, great guy, funny.
Yeah.
But that was the part that we wanted to talk about and wanted to hear about, right? Is how he kind of came back. I knew roughly a little bit about his struggles and so forth and how he'd taken control of his life. But I was hoping that he would share, and he did. And I think that being transparent like that, is difficult as it may be sometimes, to admit how foolish you were. Man, it helps people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I still think about that interview.
Yes, it helps. He helped some people.
He did.
It's great to have Rick Allen on the show, and now Rick's back at work.
Yeah.
I don't want to take any credit for any of that, but Rick came on here, and I don't know that people knew he still wanted to work and was available, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it created opportunity for him almost immediately.
Especially outside the sport, you think, oh, he's just racing. Now he's calling football. Like, I love putting a game on. Like, I know that voice. That's Rick
right.
Allen.
Yep. I enjoyed the show where we had the three girls, Blaney, Jade, and Isabel.
Yes.
Talking racing. Ron Howard, I forgot. I mean, I didn't forget we had Ron Howard,
I know, but
I'm
it's like you forget this is all the same year.
Damn, we did do that.
Yeah.
Ron was great. We did that remote. I get nervous about the remote shows because it just doesn't. I love this room and the energy and the table and all that. I get nervous about doing the remote shows, but that one went great. Let's see, Josh Schneider, my buddy Josh.
I like the Robin Pemberton.
Oh, the Pembertons.
I was gonna get there. Boo Weekly.
Oh, he was so entertaining.
And then, you know what? Recently, Boo got his Champions card.
Did he really?
And I put it on my Insta story. So, he's got a PGA card again. And Boo downplays I love this guy. And he's done this ever since he popped onto the scene years ago. He downplays like his how much he wants to be doing this. And he's like, he'll say it in interviews. There's this really, really great YouTube clip. Go look it up, YouTube Boo Weekly interview, where he shot one off the course record, and they're like, man, you almost broke the course record. He's like, I had no idea. I'm just here to make a little money, and when I make that money, I'm gone, man. You won't see me again. I'm gonna go hunting. And everybody's like, really? He's like, yeah, man. I'm just trying to make enough money to go home and go hunt. And
it's a good impression.
Well, that was his whole. That's his whole attitude, right? But he gets this card, right? He's been trying to claw back, and he's sort of in a great place, it seems, personally. And he's got some real. He's got himself sort of somewhat healthy again, working really hard. And there's this video that was on his Instagram where they tell him as he's walking off the course, the final 18th green of this tournament he had been playing, and they're like, man, you have the result from this tournament is enough for you to now have your PGA Champions card. And he gets emotional.
Wow.
He's like, man, I've worked hard. It's been a long road. I can't believe this. He's so having that card. I mean, it must be hard to keep a hold of that thing, right? But man, that was so awesome. Boo's a great guy, great friend of the the Earnhardts and all of that. Santino Ferrucci was interesting. Great show. Interesting. Some of the feedback we got on that one.
We still need him and Connor to get lunch with you.
Never going to happen. Robin Pemberton, he came back twice. Robin wasn't like Robin ain't a star driver. He's not like, oh man, we got a multi-time champion. Let's do 2 shows. We got Dale Jarrett. Let's do a 1 and a part 2. I wouldn't have pegged Robin as a person we were going to do a two-parter. He sits down and we start talking, and he was so we knew, right, he was in all of these freaking chapters in terms of being a crew chief and then how he worked with NASCAR and all these very critical moments of the sport. And he was so good at articulating what was going on. And we all, I think that's what's fun about this show too. We were kind of mid-show where we all were like, we got to bring him back.
Yeah.
Got to get him back. This is good. This is too good.
We haven't even scratched the surface.
Yeah.
What I liked about him being a newer fan is I could learn so much about the sport with just him alone. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I got a chance to BS with him out in the lobby before part 2, and we were talking for maybe 30 minutes, and it just about racing and about old times. He's already telling me stories, and it was so awesome. Like,
He's sitting
he just
on
genuinely loves it.
He does, and he's sitting somewhere idle.
Yeah.
Right now.
Like, we need to get him on TV as like a rules analyst or something like that.
I mean,
like,
he
he'd
could be
so
a
good
regular
at
on
that.
DBC.
Yeah.
I mean, he just has value, right? And
Yes.
he's just sitting somewhere idle right now, and he's very happy to tell his side of the story or his experiences, and he's not controversial. No. You know, he loves the sport. I think he's got some value in some form, whether with us or something else. But Ched Musgrave was interesting. I got a text from a driver, a current driver, that was like, I call bullshit on that. It's always fun. You'll have these guys come in and tell their story, and then you'll get a couple texts from people that they talk about in their story. And sometimes they're like, yeah, that was true, or sometimes they're like, that is absolutely false.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm not in the middle of it.
Aaron Plessinger.
Yeah, he was great. I got a text from him the other day.
And we're basically saying every guest's name.
Yeah.
But that's
Deb Williams was fun.
That speaks to how good the year was.
Yeah, Deb Williams was fun. And I got a letter from Rudimann's wife.
Oh, wow.
I got a note from her
after he came on this show
about
That's
how
cool.
how good that was for him and how thankful she was.
He left, and my thought was, it's so great to hear from him. Like, I'm so glad he came in and did this.
That's
And
just a
there's
good.
he's
That's
one
one
of many
example I
examples.
think of.
He's a perfect example of, like, he may not have been the most popular driver at the time, but there's, I guarantee, a hardcore David Rudiman fan club. Just like there's any, like, a lot of people like to cheer for the underdog. So like, there's every driver has a hardcore group of fans that love him or love them, and they want to hear from him. You know, whatever, 10, 20 years later, like that's the group you want to talk to.
One thing about Rudiman too is people don't know this is he was a very successful short track driver. Like, coming up through the ranks, he was running up All Pro Series, and stuff like that.
His dad,
he has won, big time. He has won a lot of races throughout his career, like big races.
Yeah.
So
I thought Steve O'Donnell was great.
Yes,
Steve coming on here in a new role and came on here and gave us a lot of. He was great, and we've talked since. He enjoyed it, but we start every season, and I'm like, who we're going to have on this year? You know, we're not, we're running. I feel like we're running out of people who we're going to have on. And I look at this list, and I'm like, we did pretty damn good. I would take this 2025 list of guests, and I would put it over some other years. You know, it ain't, even though it feels like every season getting guests in here that are going to be intriguing and interesting is harder. I feel like we did one of our best jobs in all the years we've done the show. And, you create new friendships. Like Plessinger, Amy and them went to the race when they were in Charlotte, got to meet him. And I knew him, so having talked to him through the show, I felt like, man, they're gonna get taken care of. My kids are gonna have a great time. And now me and him are, we text back and forth.
I see David Green at the racetrack all the time, and now it's like, now that I know him and he's a familiar face, I've been able to wave and say hello. So that's
pretty awesome.
Cool.
Well, I enjoy doing the show, and we have a lot of fun, and we're not done yet. We'll see what next year brings, but this was a good season. All right, let's get one final word before we close the show from each of our producers who's worked on the shows over the years, starting with Andrew, guys. What stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing was I was trying to find moments for the guest show, which is primarily what I worked on this year. The amount of guests we've been waiting to hear from for a while, like Carl Edwards, Casey Kane, Cleetus. We booked, I feel like, a lot of awesome guests, and it was cool that like we talked about in the show to let people share their stories and share their truths. And there were a lot of moments where I left that show like, wow, someone really needed to hear what this person had to say. Edwin McCain, for example, has just a crazy story about overcoming a bunch of odds and addiction and rehab. And I'm like, dang, that was so good. So lots of great guests, lots of guests I feel like we've been waiting to have this year. Steven Steffen, want to give him a shout out for booking everybody. He does an excellent job.
That's true.
With all of that. So, it was an awesome year.
Travis is back at the table. Travis, what's your big takeaway from the year?
TJ's one-liners suck.
Your Twitter sucks.
We'll start with Denny's. It was a fun ride, and I enjoy being new to the sport. You're getting an expert opinion every week immediately after those races, and being in, getting his vantage point, I think, is invaluable for the sport. The 6 wins were fun, and then with your show, I think just to go in the back and forth, guys just shooting the shit, I think it was a fun show being a part of. Actually, here's the highlight of the year when Dale won his national championship.
No one's laughing at me.
I am.
There's
What
an
a great
asterisk.
moment.
There's an asterisk by him. I'm sorry.
An asterisk. Fair and square.
Oh,
he took
yeah.
a 1-star program and
That's
lifted
right.
him up.
Lifted them up literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Made
He
them
lifted
all
up-
taller.
He edited all. He did. He added height and weight to all these guys. Like, you play his team.
That's a good strength
I
program.
added an average of 1 to 2 inches to every player. They're growing kids. They're 18, 19 years
Yeah,
old.
why not? Yeah.
Did you really do that?
You don't think
No,
that
he did.
Yes.
And
nobody was stopping me.
Dominic Corelli texted me after in the second he played him in the second season. He's like, man, his team looks gigantic when I.
Everybody's 7'3".
Everybody was anywhere from 6'1" to 6'4".
Yeah, that's one or
I
two short of
videoed it.
normal.
I videoed it.
I've got it too.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Take us there. Show us.
True
I
freshman's
do actually
99.
have it. Yeah, he had a 99 tight end that never even saw a snap. He was 99 before he even
He's
played
a
it down.
red-shirted tight end. Came into his freshman redshirt year at 99 overall.
6'7".
I told him not to get that good. I can't help it. The game did it.
That's a good, just a weight program you got them in there.
What?
Working
I
out.
can't stop the game from
Strength
coding
and,
whatever it codes.
Strength and conditioning was fabulous at UNC
He hung
Charlotte.
out with the offensive linemen during the offseason.
Big boy.
Guy wins.
Learn how to block.
That's a team player.
He wins a championship.
We're
And
out.
next thing you know, we got calls. Hey, come call some plays at practice and shit. I win 8 of them. I don't even get a hat. I mean,
Wow.
Jesus.
Sorry, it's your problem.
Damn. Oh, well. On to the next one.
So that was my highlight.
Yeah, long-winded way of
My highlight is anytime Denny calls you Trav. I love when he does that. Trav. Just calm down, Trav. It's going to be okay.
Trav.
Stop bullying me. You're bullying me right now.
Kind of like when you lost on Sunday. It'll be
I mean,
okay. It'll be
there's
okay, Teej.
I think I'm pretty sure you lost
That's
on
definitely
Sunday
what
too,
Brad
buddy.
calls him, Teej.
There's a reason why you haven't recorded.
It's okay,
Action Sentimentals
Teej.
yet.
I should have made that move. I didn't need you to tell me. I messed up.
Oh no, you
Sorry,
don't need to
Teej.
hear that.
Hey, a few more shout outs too. Dalton, who's in the room every week, taking photos, cutting all the social requests and clips. So shout out to Dalton.
I think you got to keep going, man.
I gotta keep going.
Keep going.
Now you have to
I
say
don't think-
everybody in the
thank all the
building.
guys
No.
back from
I don't
shop.
think. I don't think you've celebrated him enough.
Yeah, celebrate. Dalton.
What else?
Well, he is here the longest. He runs probably the most hours out of anybody
Dalton,
every week.
come say hi. I mean,
Working
look,
on this
look-
show.
Yeah, look.
I mean, he is on any given Wednesday, Tuesday. He's here until 7, 8 o'clock at night. Here early in the morning.
Yeah.
So hard worker, taking some good
It
photos.
makes it feel like the show's ending, like for good.
Well, I don't know.
Dalton
This is our final. This is the last word.
Dalton's
for
a
the
very
producers.
critical, important personality because
Yeah.
we often see eye to eye on a lot of things. When you two knuckleheads are off doing whatever you're doing, thinking what you're thinking, taking your takes wherever you go. Me and Dalton usually see eye to eye.
Freddie, any last words?
No, thanks for having me. Obviously, it's been a while since but this ain't the same table, right? This one's smaller than the last one we used to do the show at. But no, this is fun being back with you guys.
Still bigger
it's
than your
first
table.
chance. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not a competition.
It's not. This table's better than yours.
Yeah, their
My table looks cooler.
The top
over there.
doesn't even like connect.
The top is a little shaky over there on the old DBC set.
Well, James must not have made that one.
Carpenter
Carpenter
James
James didn't have nothing to do with that table.
Yep.
but he can fix
He's
it.
denying responsibility.
James says he doesn't want to associate with DBC.
I don't
Strictly
blame him.
Dale Jr. property.
I don't
That's it.
blame him. There's a lot of people that
He
feel that
asked
way.
for a charger in this thing, wanted a hole drilled in it. James hooked him up.
Carpenter James,
It's
baby.
actually in this table over here, so.
It's
I mean, it looks
unbelievable.
perfect, too.
Well, shout out to, for us anyway, Tim's upstairs and all the people that would do DBC that they've booked a lot of great guests this year, obviously. So it's been fun.
Brickyard, the highlight.
Yeah, from what I remember, it was fun. No, yeah, obviously the highlight of the season for us is the Brickyard, and man, we were close. I tell everybody, you think about it, we are one car owner and a
was
5
gonna
run
say,
out of gas from being in the Final Four.
Kansas
You
isn't
know,
your
so-
favorite? I thought Kansas would be at the top of your
yeah,
list.
it's not at the top. But I mean, you think about how close you talk about how close things work out and little things change everything. If we can finish a deal with Kansas and then the 5 doesn't run out of gas, Bubba's in the Final Four, and you're like, wait a minute, what? So it's just all circumstantial, man. It's racing.
Sure. All right, y'all. Great show. Appreciate it. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Stay tuned. We'll be coming back at you through the off season. Until then, we'll see you.